And... Oh. Come on. We are live! Hi, everybody. Neri will be with us in a moment. They're having internet issues. Ray, good to see you, glad to have you. Issa, good to see you, glad to have you. Light, good morning, and may the 4th be with you. May the 4th be with you. V, good to see you, glad to have you. Hey, everybody. Okay, well, since Neri's in the midst of their little internet issues, what I will do in the short term is I will give a quick overview of what happened last time. So we're playing Final Fantasy IV. Last time we started the game. We are the Knight Cecil, or Cecil, as Neri likes to say, or the Brits. And we started going into. We woke up. We went into another civilization. We took their crystal, the water crystal. We brought it back, and the king was like, yep, no, you're still committing war crimes and having no conscience about it. That's no good. So he sent us to a village to deliver a present. That present was a giant bomb, a ring full of bombs. Those bombs blew up the village, and we found a little girl. Also, we met up with our love interest, Rosa, and our best friend forever, Kane, who will never betray us for any reason whatsoever. When we got separated from Kane, we ended up leaving to then go sort of rebel and find our own way. And yeah, since then we found a spoony bard, Edward, after finding an old man named Tella, Tella tried to kill Edward because Edward was kind of responsible for his daughter's death. His daughter was like, no, don't do it. And yeah, now we're on our way to Mount Hobbs? No, what is it fucking? Yeah, Mount Hobbs.
Yes,
and,
that's correct.
Yeah.
I just realized my
Neri, my friend.
I'm muted.
Yeah, you're good. All good. Sarah, good to glad to have you. Infinite, good to glad to have you. Yukio, good to glad to have you. How is your voice? My voice is okay. I think I'm a little sick in other regards though too, so I'm sorry I have a little low energy. Neri, my friend, how are you?
I'm good. I'm warm right now, but I'm good.
Good. Good warm or bad warm?
Bad warm.
Oh, okay. No bueno. Also, I did a little bit of farming. You'll be happy to know, and I got us the magic spell, Goblin.
Oh hell yeah, Goblin! I love Goblin Punch.
So now we can do that.
Can I have a stream?
Oh yes, you may. You may most certainly, my friend. Oh. Bum, 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 bum. And there you go.
Hell yeah.
How's everybody today? I'm attending a Disney art party in 14 later. What does that even mean? What is a Disney art party? Ooh, hello. Okay, all you...
Yeah, can you try casting the fire spell? Oh yeah, I was Edward. What was I doing for Edward? It was kind of gay, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What's wrong?
I'm not saying it was What's His Face 2.0 from 2, but...
It wasn't... Well, it was. I think it was a bit more gothy than... I think it was a bit more like goth emo than that. It was like, what's wrong?
What was it? Masculine wandering minstrel?
Okay, yeah.
Something?
Give it a try. I knew you can do it. No. I hate fire.
That's right. Her village was destroyed by fire when...
Rydia, you're the only one who can melt this ice. If we don't get to Fabul, more people will be in danger. Please, Rydia.
Deadpool, come here.
Oh yeah, go.
Sorry. The boy wanted to say hi. He's going on an adventure, so he's gonna be driving 5 hours south with my partner to go see her family. So this is the last time you guys will see Deadpool for a couple days.
Oh, have fun, Deadpool. Please, Rydia, it's time to be brave. Is it Rydia or Rydia? It's Rydia, right?
I always say Rydia.
Yeah.
I think. Here, you keep doing that. I'm gonna go ahead and read.
Time to be brave.
I think that's the lowest I've ever heard your voice.
Please, Rydia. You must. Mm.
I mean, it makes sense that she'd have PTSD.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. Wait until she sees her first bomb. Fire! Or maybe it just blows up the whole mountain.
In Japanese, it's Rydia. So, like, it should be, if we go by that, it would be Rydia.
Okay.
Rydia's learned fire. But I love that. I appreciate that, like, on a very, like, okay, she doesn't have the fire spell, and through a character moment, we give her it. But it's not even like, oh, fighting a boss, she's learned, you know, by doing that, she's learned fire. It's like, no, just like this little small, we need to progress, people believing in her. It's just like that's good. That's good. That's a good writing. It's simple writing, but it's good writing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Flora, good to glad to have you. AC, good to see you, glad to have you.
Rydia, that was incredible.
Oblivion, good to see you, glad to have you.
I knew you could do it.
Thank you, Rydia. So, okay, want to know something funny?
Yeah.
So I was trying to farm the Cockatrace spell.
Yeah.
And you get the Cockatrace spell by fighting Cockatrace over on Mount Hobbs. But because I couldn't progress the story without you, I could. When you step here, it progresses the story. Or actually, I think it's here. So I had to do this. On
oh my
repeat.
god, that's. You're a braver man than me, Elio.
Mount Hobbs wasn't Hobbs one of the dwarves in FF14?
That sounds familiar to me.
I swear to God. Daniel, good to see, glad to have you. Let's peer pressure this child. Yeah, well, it's interesting. The thing is it really peer pressure, or is it like they're not wrong, right? It's not like someone else could do it. Let's, we should just make her do it. It's like, no, we cannot continue this journey if you don't. But then again, about Flora, I definitely do get, it is like a, come on.
Yeah,
you can do it, right? Like, we know you have PTSD, but you got to do it.
Yeah, there are bigger things at stake here.
Yeah. I feel like it's understandable and they're trying to be as supportive as they can be,
Yeah, and it's an empowering moment as well, because it's not just that she's being forced to use it, she's being forced to use it to avenge her people.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, are we going to get some Rydia trauma?
Well, I feel like this is, or is this her catharsis, though? You know?
That's true.
You're finally getting to enact revenge.
Oh, the combat music's so good.
If it was Rydia, it would be spelled with an I think. Well, I mean, it's also English. You can spell it however you want. Welcome back from your travails, Oblivion. Basically, an art party where Twitter artists have for 14 hang out and draw warriors like you attend. Seems Disney, so everyone will be glad. Oh, that's cool. Oh, and Ray helped you out. That's good. Had to look into it a bit so far. The only thing that, in my knowledge, that comes up from the name Cecil is either Sixth or Blind. There's also Cecilia. I mean, Cecil's been it's just a name that's been around for forever.
It's a pretty
right?
common name in the UK, yeah. Skeletons. Hold on, I need to get nude. I never stream with clothes on.
Look, if I wasn't on camera, I'd probably feel similarly, but I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting that.
Listen, we're in a heat wave, and it's a heat wave for Singapore, so it's real hot.
Oh, okay, that's fair, that's fair. Just got home, traveling from across the country. I've been away for 27 hours. Woo! Well, thank you for spending this time with us, Oblivion.
Oh my gosh. Take a good rest afterwards, though, Oblivion. Or whenever you need to.
Yeah. Or just drift off to sleep to the dulcet tones of Niniri stripping.
Oh, I'm fully stripped. It doesn't take me very long.
Hobbs was the machine from Nier and Copy Factory, so close, but no. No, yeah, yeah. No, I'm talking about HOB. That's a name that's used by one of the dwarves.
Okay. Hob.
I know.
Do we get any Fabul callouts in 14?
I'm trying to think. I can't think of any.
Oh, it's a server, but that's not surprising. It would make sense for it to like pop up in the East, right?
I suppose. Although honestly, maybe being a server is like enough of a call out on its own.
Yeah, it is. Oh no, Ridey is dead. Hobgoblin.
Now you're just fucking with them.
Yeah, I am.
Hobgoblin. Oh my god. Stay the fuck up. I think I got so used to... Okay. That's it.
At least Cecil's very tanky.
Yes. I got so used to grinding and just pressing attack. Now I've got to actually, like, try. or better yet... Each ship... Wait, is this the first... I don't know if this is the first game where they do... Oh my god.
I guess she's supposed to be weak for the first few bits, right?
I think it's also because of the back attack.
Yeah, until she gets time skipped, right? Oh! Did Edward do that on an instruction or just impulsively?
No, anytime he is at critical health, he does that.
Okay. I still think that's a funny ability to have, though.
It is, you know, I mean, he's a bit, I would say he's a bit of a coward, but he's a bit of a coward.
Yeah, he struggles with that, right? It's like it's a thing.
I will say, so, oh, Dez, good to see, glad to have you. I will say, one of the things I really appreciate in 4 is that because they know your party and what stuff you have, right? They can tailor make the like challenges a lot more.
Yeah, it felt like a lot of the stuff in 3 kind of needed like a Dark Knight. It doesn't need it, but it was made much easier by having a Dark Knight on the team.
Yeah, it was just, everything felt so swingy is the thing. Is like everything either was kind of too easy or like not too hard, but just like didn't feel right.
In fairness, that's better than 1 and 2 where everything was too easy.
True. Yeah, no, 3 was definitely a step forward. Hobbs and Nier was named after philosopher, though. Yes, and the marks. Yeah. All the enemies in Nier are named after philosophers, or well, there's a couple exemptions, but for the most part. So glad for Edward's hat in 14. It's one of my favorite glamour pieces. This Viera. I didn't even know what. How do you even get it in 14?
Let me do a little search.
I don't know the name. Hobbs doesn't match the naming convention for either Dwarf Clan, the Tholes, or the Gogs. Here, let me pull up. You know, I think I got a thing that'll help us control.
The feathered cap, is it?
Probably.
I know. Oh man, you
I couldn't give a Hobbs.
Oh,
maybe it is.
It's a hunt reward. Okay. Cute. Hi, Isa.
I might be thinking of maybe Hobbs isn't it, but I will say I'm looking at the text for 14 right now, and apparently it's a common swear throughout the first to be like Hobbs balls or Hobbs arse or like just like using hobgoblin. Like,
okay, like, interesting.
Like literally one of Zamet's lines. Nah, shut up, Hobbs bollocks, or Hobbs balls. It's the chief. I couldn't give a Hobbs arse what she does.
Okay.
So I don't know. I don't know what I'm thinking of. I thought for sure there was.
Maybe it was that. Right, maybe that sort of like entered a weird part of your brain.
Yeah, it is all the dwarves. All those were dwarves swearing, so that makes sense.
Okay, that would make sense.
Isa. Yeah.
I like these goofy gargoyles. These chunky little guys.
Mm-hmm. I will say I am a big fan of all the Final Fantasy IV stuff that they've thrown into Endwalker for, you know, like the Moonward gear being, like literally we put the thumbnail for these videos we made. I put you in the Rydia clothing because of Moonward. Yeah,
it's perfect, right? We still don't have a perfect Kane outfit though, do we? We have a very close Kane outfit, but
yeah, it's actually ironic. For the longest time, Kane's was one of the closest because of the amount of Dragoon armor we have, but in terms of actual straight up accuracy, now it's one of the least.
Yeah, right.
Okay. No, I'm not gonna make that mistake again.
Oh, what place in the 14 world would invent the chicken nuggets? I gotta say Limsa, right? Or Uldar?
I mean, yeah, Culinarian Guild.
Yeah, maybe Uldar would invent it, like as a cheap food to feed the refugees or something.
Well, and then also think about all the thaumaturges. They'd be able to heat up like large vats of oil.
That's true. It
Oh my
could
God,
be
now
either one of
imagine
those two. Something with Lalafels living in it.
Yeah. A little burnt chicken. Well, and especially the Dunes folk because of, their like slightly darker skin. Fucking burnt chicken nuggets.
Oh god.
No.
It's the
Definitely Idleshire.
It's the ancestral urge of all Lalafels to maim and murder birds.
Wow, pulling it right back. For those of you who don't know, in the Lalafelian homeland of the South Sea Isles, there have been birds that have been known to pick up and steal Lalafell children.
Yep. And there's also like
Wow.
the Lalafell lore has a lot of tidbits of them being eaten by things. Like in Nim, there used to be a big like eel that used to eat them.
Right. The oh my god, what was it called? Not the Thalos, but the
Oh, I forgot that.
I know the one you're talking about in Upper Lenosia.
Yeah.
What's going on here?
Oh, a monkey boy. That garb.
Yeah.
He's one of Fabul's monks.
Sure. Yeah.
Omovoy.
Gotta love Yang. Yang was the first time I actually liked monks. Like actually found love with monks as like a class concept.
Yeah, I think he's the first iconic monk. Like all the other ones before have been like sort of faceless protagonists.
Yeah, well, and also just like, hey, here's Karate Dude.
Yeah, it's pretty classic, right?
Whereas, yeah, well, I mean, like before it was like here's Karate Dude in a bad way, and now here's Karate Dude in an interesting way.
Yeah, the Domovoy is basically a Slavic version of like a house goblin.
All you.
Oh yeah. Good grief, that's no normal bomb. We have to help him.
No, Daniel, I don't think. Actually, let me think about that. I'm pretty sure it's not, but now I can't think of what the example is.
Aren't they friendly in 7? Can't you find friendly goblins in 7?
Sounds right.
Fried mozzarella sticks. They're always kind of disappointing though.
Fried mozzarella sticks?
Yeah, they never quite live up to like the idea of a fried mozzarella stick. Oh my god, that I have in my head.
Dude, that you need to come to where I live. Like that is the food of my people.
No, like they're iconic, but I just don't 100% feel like I don't 100% feel like they work for me. They're always a little bit too meh, but maybe it's possible that they did.
I mean, there are plenty of bad ones. So like it's quite possible you're right, and it's like, hey, this just isn't for me. But also, I'm from the Midwest. Cheese and breaded things is what we do.
Okay.
Oh, hey, Mom Bomb. The Pharaoh Sirius hard.
Yes. It doesn't one also appear in Latoya's what's it? Relic?
I just did Matoya's Relic. I'm trying to think about. I don't remember.
Oh, maybe I'm wrong.
Also, I don't know that this is for sure the case, but the fact that when you do prayer and you can get the line your prayers go unanswered kind of reminds me of the old version of the line from A Realm Reborn when you buried the bodies from the people from the Waking Sands.
Oh yes, yeah, I see that. Yeah, I think that's a problem with Yu-Gi-Oh! It's like plastic cheese that you often get in like where I've eaten it. It's just like plasticky cheese in like a hollow breaded tube.
Oh yeah, that sounds like you haven't had it. Yeah. Then that's no wonder you don't like it.
Yeah, if it was like a gooey like type thing, that would.
I mean,
be
that's what it's supposed to be.
Okay. Well, I've never had one of those.
Well, if you ever come stateside, we'll make sure to get you good ones.
Okay. I think monks
Lady,
have always.
good to go to have you.
I think monks have always known karate AC. Like, I feel like that's a pretty basal part of their archetype.
Or at least some form of martial art, right?
Yeah, it's always been Eastern. It's often been Chinese as well. So, that's sort of like Shaolin inspired, especially starting in 4.
Mm-hmm. Why is Rosa's sprite talking? I don't know. Howdy, all. Lady, good to go and have it. I can understand in here there's some places just replace mozzarella with plain generic cheese. Had some bacon wrapped mozzarella sticks once. See, but I, as someone who loves bacon, I always feel like adding bacon on top of things is just a little bit too much extra.
It depends on the context, though. Like a bacon wrap date is the only way that I'm going to eat a date.
Yeah.
Like bacon wrap sausage, like a pig in blanket, is really good. But I feel like when you add it to like a mozzarella stick, it's going to make the coating soggy.
Mm-hmm. Dez, you say Lalafell Emu War. Just wait till we get to Maricidia.
Yeah, it's possible. Does Atheris have ice cream? I think so.
Yes, Atheris does have ice cream. Here, we can even pull up the item.
Yeah, my gratitude. Gang is my name. I'm High Monk Falbul, brother. I came here to train with my men, but we're all killed by a swarm of beasts. They're Falbul's finest monks.
My name is Cecil. We bring urgent news to Falbul.
Oh, we have shaved ice banana ice cream. Okay. A villain named
What was it?
Golbez is using Baron's power to seize the world's crystals for himself.
Then he covets our wind crystal as well.
There is no doubt. He already took the crystal of Damascian with ease.
Fabul may be next to fall.
Then the odds are against us. The only monk left in the castle are the students, brother. They stand little chance against Baron's forces.
I'd assume Golbez was behind the monster attack that killed your man. And almost killed you.
Which sorbet doesn't count as ice cream, right?
Sorbet does, but shaved ice doesn't.
Okay, well then we definitely do, because we have sorbets in Eorzea.
Then their assault is imminent. I must go.
We will need to go with you to Fabul. You may need our help.
I'm grateful. However, this matter doesn't concern you, brother.
It concerns us all.
You see, I am the Prince of Damascian.
Rosa and I are citizens of Baron, and this girl is but one victim of our kingdom's recent attacks, that I myself led.
I see. Then I humbly accept your assistance.
Let's go. We haven't much time.
Fabul lies to the east of these mountains.
Come on, yeah.
So I did 6.2 last night, and unrelated, so I found out one of the best voices in 14. 6.2 best voices in 14. Who shows up in 6.2? I mean, a certain new companion.
Yeah, that's true. Go on, who is
So I've
it,
gotten
lady?
chocolate. Baking an overpowered dish really easily if an undercooked. It's the uncooked garlic of meats. You know, Flora, that's an excellent way of putting it. That's a really excellent way of putting it. Knocked out. Good to see you. Glad to have you. How's it going? It's going good. I agree, Ellie. Like, the only combo I've ever liked is bacon cheeseburger. Yeah, I'm down. Yep, I fight with that. Shit. So I've gotten chocolate covered bacon for my sister once. It's pretty good. I can see. I'm not a huge sweet and savory guy, but I can see it. Bacon donuts. Yep.
I feel like
Fabul's Mr.
because in America it's
Sorry, go
so
ahead.
often like glazed or honeyed bacon is my impression as a foreigner. I don't know if that's 100% true, but it's something I've seen. Then maybe that works better.
You know, it's interesting you say that, because like I feel like I don't usually get it glazed or honeyed, but it is a common thing.
Okay. Zero. Oh yeah, zero is great.
so-
Yeah. That was the obvious
Yeah, okay.
choice, I suppose. Yeah.
I was about to say, like, is it our new companion? Because I couldn't think necessarily who else it would be. I'm like, I don't know, maybe you're sitting here and be like, Scarmiglione is so good! Or something.
I wouldn't blame you.
Yeah, I mean, it is a good vocal performance.
Your ether is mine!
Yeah, I like Scarmiglione. He's like he's kind of like the lame guy of the elemental veins, which I appreciate.
Yeah, he really is. Scarmiglione is amazing. Yeah.
Are we gonna meet him in this stream? Probably.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're at current rate pace. Which I can't tell if it's like telling of like the relative brevity of 4, or if it's just like, because it's so much earlier than I remembered. But I looked at looked at like some of the next things.
I really don't mind brevity in these earlier games, though, to be honest. Like,
No.
I will say that this game
honestly, I
good
think
so far. But then again, so was 3.
Yeah, we'll see if it. I'm curious if it starts to fade by the end. My thing is, I mean, like in general, as a gamer, I feel like these days I'm more interested in shorter games of high quality than of like, you know, just something to do. There's plenty of things to just do, you know.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, no one wants to do like an Assassin's Creed Black Flag moment where it's or hell, even the more modern ones where it's just like there's just too much to do. Actually, I find it really off-putting. That was a problem. So I love Dragon Age Inquisition, but I bounced off it at first, despite being a hardcore Dragon Age fan, because I'm like, this is too much for me to do, and I'm not going to be able to like. People always say, okay, just don't do all the stuff in the hinterlands then, and I'm like, that's not how my brain works. I need to go do it, or I won't be able to focus on anything else.
I have said all the words you just said before. Like, I cannot tell you the level to which I understand and agree. And if V's here, I know V is a big fan of Dragon Age Inquisition, and I had a conversation with them about that very thing.
Yeah, right?
I will not be defeated by you! Yeah, Flora. Those lines are... I just want to play Lapis Manalis, goddammit, but I only ever get Troya in the thing. Oh, damn it, I accidentally killed Cecil.
Oh, did you use the damaging strike thing?
Yeah. You know what? A testament to this game. I did some grinding, right? And yet still I'm having to actually like pay attention and be careful.
Oh yeah.
This game's actually like but it also doesn't feel like, oh, this is bullshit hard. This is just, okay, you should actually like try a little bit.
Yeah, right?
And I mean, like, I'm sure you could overpower that curve with relative ease if you kept at it, but to at least make me feel that way still relatively early on is, you know, props to you, game.
Yeah, that's good. The I've been replaying Elden Ring lately. For like the 800th time.
You? No.
No, but I haven't. I took a big break from playing it. I haven't replayed it really since that drunk stream. Maybe a little bit, but I've been doing like a soldier cosplay with like the long sword, the Lord Sworn's straight sword, and like only using the soldier sets. It's really fun. It's like
good shit.
That's a good weapon, and like the brass shield is a good shield, and sometimes I like a sword.
The first time I played through the whole game, was a two-handing the straight sword, the entire game.
Yeah, the the greatsword version. That one's really good. That I've done.
No, my friend.
Oh,
the straight sword.
Why not the
I don't know.
Why not the Lord Sword's greatsword? That's so much better.
I don't know.
I did a playthrough with that greatsword. It's really, really good.
Yeah, it is good. Okay, just think of a different level of the zone, like there's the entry, then you come back later for mid to high level stuff. Yeah, that's not like I think Naniri, I don't know if you're the same with it. The problem is like I bounce on the same way because like I wanted to complete it, you know.
Yeah, I was like,
I played it all the.
I need to do every single one of these camps. I need to get all of these stupid, annoying astrology things. And I needed to do everything, so I did everything. I 100% the game. And
by that time, you'd played a full video game.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, there are some games where I don't need to 100% it. Like if I play through FF10, I don't need to get all the weapons.
Yeah.
But
same.
When it comes to an open world game like that, especially one that I'm really invested in, just sort of scratching every inch of lore I can out of it, I'm like, I need to do it, or my brain can't be quiet.
Yeah.
It's the mental illness.
But you can complete it. You just do it in stages. But that's what we're trying to say is that, like...
I can't. I will spend 12 hours a day on the hinterlands.
Right. Like, that's, like, not how... I guess, like, for me, that's not how I play the game. It's like, what's the first tutorial zone? Right. Okay. Yeah, I guess, like... But I think our point is, like... If the first tutorial zone was incredibly large, and there was a bunch of stuff in it like that, we have a compulsion to do it, and it can be like draining and taxing instead of feeling like it's more manageably cut up into chunks.
I'll put it this way.
I don't think it was just
I got as close to 100% in the hinterlands as you can. There's some stuff that's locked off before I left it. I did every single thing in that zone before I stepped out of it once.
I'm not saying the game's bad, V. We're just saying like this was our struggle with it. Levi, good to have you. Are we excited for Armored Core? Yeah, very, very excited for Armored Core 6.
Yes, I am. Very excited. I'm really excited. I've never played an Armored Core game before. I've played Gundam games before. And I've watched content of Armored Core, but I've never played one before. They're not like the most accessible nowadays. But I'm super excited for the new one. Really excited. No, the V, because there isn't a big shiny symbol on the map on the mobs. So that's not how we do it. But if there's like a symbol on the map that says there's an objective to do here, yes. Yes, I will do it.
Yeah, it's not that there's a. It's not a just. I mean, like, if the thing is that if you put a bunch of checklist items and a bunch of like collectibles and stuff, yeah.
Oh, this song is such a bop.
Gotcha. Oh, cool.
Maybe in a way to iterate this, I go to every landmark in Elden Ring when I play it and get all the loot from them. And I fight every boss.
Like I guess like when we run around here, like for instance, every open space I want to check before progressing the story. So like I'm like checking the Chocobo Forest and all the other stuff. Milkshake! Oh my god, yeah, it is. It is Milkshake. That's funny. I enjoy Dragon Age, but if it doesn't reward you for doing everything, or rather you end up with too much influence quarries logging camps. Yeah. I just think I'm just talking for me. I feel like there's a limit to like the amount of side stuff something can have.
I also would love like I don't want them to disappear per se, but Radiant quests just aren't working for me with how they work right now. I just don't do them. I don't hate open world games. Like I just don't, because I used to have that like impression of like it's too much for me, it overfaces me, it stresses me out. But nowadays I'm like they can work, because I mean like there's a lot of good open world games. Oh, you're not a fan of the Dark Souls lore? That's a shame, AC, but I understand it.
See, I love them specifically for how they're structured.
I get it, because I love the lore and the story of Dark Souls, but I hated what it spawned. We had a good few years there of lore over story, which I didn't particularly enjoy. So I like that that's died down, because not everyone can do it as well as FromSoft can.
Well, yeah, the problem is if you're going to do it, doing it poorly, doing it incredibly well is really rewarding. Doing it poorly is terrible.
Oh, you like the lore of Bloodborne? That's so strange, because it's like no more open. The story is, I suppose, but
if anything, it's more inscrutable.
I guess it's more focused though. Like it's all based around one area, one region. So you know, you don't have like lore sections about like Karina and stuff.
I mean, I guess, but most of that stuff's evocative anyways. And the thing is that with like, I see what you're saying. Like, right, like everything ultimately ends up being about some place you can go, even if it's like or like the Chalice dungeons.
Oh, something that irks you in the wake up ending. Are we still infected in Bloodborne? So the Beast Blood curse is extremely weird in how it works. It's as much like a psychological malady as it is a disease.
Well, and also it's just a part of being man. Like it's not like the blood quickens the process, but like it's not like, oh, we had a disease, we had like the monster turning into disease. It's like consuming the old blood just basically puts you on the path towards like continues you on the path towards evolution or de-evolution.
And not everyone does fall to beasts, you know. Although we do see hunters that have done, you know, we see hunters that haven't. Rarely do they have good fates, but still, it sort of implies that you can just avoid it. Well, just avoid it. Maybe it's very like power of will and what you do. That sort of. Mm-hmm. Implies in the wake up ending. I think you'd overcome it. I think that's a more interesting perspective. I can see it either way though. Look at these little Crudden looking motherfuckers.
I will be right back. I need a second.
Elio's been kidnapped. Yeah, so in the old one ending, which I kind of prefer, I like turning into a slug. That's my personal aspiration for life. You do turn into a little old one god. God's not necessarily the best word for it, but you know what I mean. And yeah, Levi, that's exactly it. Flora loves Yang just lying on the ground like he's sunbathing. Yeah, the sprites can get so funny in these early games. I especially love the frog sprites and stuff like that. The frog sprites in this game are so good.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back. That's true, lady,
Thank
but I don't feel like I don't think you need to marry Josephine for the romance to be fulfilling. Would you rather have...
Yeah, I mean that.
Oh, go.
Sorry. I mean, just like, yeah, I mean, you think about like Eldritch, you need to think about like Eldritch, not like in terms of traditional high fantasy.
Yeah.
In terms of talking about.
Alamigo is based on Fabul. Yeah, you could definitely draw some parallels there. It would definitely be like a partial inspiration, but I think it's possible.
Ooh, store.
Would you rather have the plain doll Rani or the Firekeeper as our travel companion? Rani, she could act like she's the only one there with actual like combat ability. She would definitely protect me until she like got bored of me or I wasn't useful anymore, and then she'd have a blade kill me. The doll is just like Gurman's weird, creepy side project. Nice, AC. Well, one probably did, and she probably got locked in Scala. That's like a big, fluffy, floaty guy.
Okay.
Do you agree, Elliot, that the
What?
the doll has similar vibes to the old mistranslation of Moan Breeder's doll? Wind Up Moan Breeder.
I mean, only in so much that Gehrman would make that same kind of joke.
Yeah, he's so creepy.
I mean, like, look, at that point, he's effectively gone mad. He's been trapped in the dream for who knows how. I mean, you know, when he's asleep dialogue, right? He's basically trapped hopelessly in an endless cycle of pain and suffering that he will never be freed from unless he damns someone else.
Yeah, us killing him is definitely the more merciful action.
Yeah.
Oh, dances.
Okay. Wait, she turned into a monk. What the?
Okay. Slay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
straight back into drag.
Living the best life.
She's getting ready to go camping. Her grandma is. Oh yeah, Yukio, I love Nendoroids. What's everyone's favorite Nendoroid? Oh, I really like the Silent Hill one, Robbie the Rabbit. I like the one they did for him. That was pretty good.
How come Theodoric's foreign wife didn't cook him out with a frying pan? Problem solved, no civil war. Except for you only get one shot, and if you don't kill him, you're going down in a bad way.
Yeah, you're getting turned into a big fluffy dude.
Yang, at last you have returned. Sire, we must prepare for battle. Baron is poised to attack and steal our crystals. How do you know this? Those 2 citizens of Baron, they came to warn us.
And the others? Sire, we haven't much time. The castle defenses must be tightened immediately.
Yang,
Can we trust this Dark Knight and his companions?
nah, I believe so. They risk their lives to help me, brother.
We must hurry.
Please. It is an honor to see you again.
Prince Edward.
Sire, Baron's fleet decimated Damcian and claimed our crystal not long ago. Many died, including my parents and my beloved. Damcian's tragedy must not be repeated.
I understand. Forgive my suspicions. Yang, mobilize the men for battle. Prince Edward, Dark Knight, will you help us defend Fabul? Why is this even an option?
Yeah, right? I bet it's not a meaningful choice.
Right.
They have already offered help, sire. We'll join forward guards by the main gate.
Very well. Will the mages assist our medic?
Yes, sir.
Fabul's fate rests in your hands. May we be victorious.
As you command. We will assemble at the main gate.
Cecil. Come back safely.
Rydia, take care of Rosa for me.
Why does Rosa need looking after? By the child.
I mean, Rydia's powerful.
Yeah, that's true.
Also gives her something to do.
Yeah.
I used to have a severe toy buying addiction. So I have to watch myself around stuff like dendroids. Yeah. Is Tiva a traditional monk or more pugilist? Tiva is trained by Zongan, but that feels like a very semantic argument. Yeah. I mean, like, in terms of what historically AC, I would just say monk, right? Like, pugilist is just a derivation of monk, really, even in when 14 made it, but it's really just the classic monk archetype.
Yeah, I do feel like she's a monk who's spec'd into pugilism, maybe. At least in vibes.
I know because Cell announced it on the TV. I don't know why old games insist on giving you fake choices like this. Well, I mean, the thing I'd say about fake choices, right, is that they can be add a lot of flavor even if they don't, even if a choice doesn't change outcomes, they can, if it changes, like, the response. So, like, 14 does this, right, where just because you don't necessarily change ultimate outcomes doesn't mean that the flavor can't be added. I think the problem is when old games do it and it doesn't even change the flavor whatsoever. Raven, good to see you, glad to have you. Pugilist is monk without the drip. What would happen to someone from Source died on the 13th? Would their soul go to the 13th? There is no 13th live stream, lady. So the 13th live stream has been completely obliterated. So, like, if you die on the 13th, you don't die. Also, if you die on a reflection, your soul goes to that reflection's live stream. We know that for sure because of the fate of 2 characters on the first, and whose souls had to specifically be brought to the Source. Yeah, there effectively is no live stream on the 13th. So yeah, it's not so much the darkness prevents it from being from a soul joining it. It's that the 13th is so astral, this live stream blew apart. Like, it couldn't hold itself together because things were so astral.
Which is pretty metal.
Yeah. Here they come.
Attack.
It's so funny, I'm so much more familiar with this song now because of 14.
Yeah, it does sort of ingrain it in you. It's a good song.
The Red Wings!
Uh-oh. Rydia's probably not having a great time with this.
We can't hold them back.
Retreat into the castle.
I don't know if I don't know if, like, entropy would be the best example, Levi, because honestly I would say it's almost, because the Aether itself has also been consumed, but you're not wrong.
We're severely outnumbered. I should not have let you help.
This is our fight too, and it's far from over.
They're coming. Oh, are they now? Oh. Is this our first Sahagin?
No, we saw another one. It's definitely not our first Sahagin in playing these games. We've seen.
Oh
quite
yeah,
a
yeah,
few
we've seen a
Sahagins.
lot over the franchise. Yeah. Oh well, AC.
No, maybe it is though.
They wear red on the map, but they don't wear red in combat, which is strange.
Fall back.
This episode of T is brought to you by Hydaelyn. Isn't the throne hall just behind us? We must hold them there.
The king has already treated safety with the women and children. It's our duty to lure the enemy away. And crush them.
It's giving Godric escaping with the women and children. Who among the science is the most marketable for Nendoroids? Oh, easily Ishtola or Grahatia.
Give them the Mikos.
Yeah, definitely.
My face cam is covering the enemy name. Who was the water lady? She was Leshy.
Damn you, Baron.
Yeah, Leshies are they're like water spirits from, I want to say Europe, sort of Central European.
I mean, the thing is, like, a lot of people like Alice and Alfino, but their marketability is actually less than, like, there's a reason that Y'shtola keeps being the icon for 14 for whenever they sell stuff.
Yeah.
The door is bolted. We can't make our last stand here.
Where's the crystal kept?
In a vault above.
The door has been unlocked.
You fool! What are you doing?
He's one of them. Oh, it's just a gargoyle. How did
See,
we
now
not
I
notice?
am notice. Yeah, right? Like, literally just, like, hiding under... I don't even know, man. But the, I also have to laud, the game for making it so that, you know, having this assault, like, trying to have, like, a narrative assault.
Yeah, definitely. The stuff they do with the story. So they might have, like, tried these things before, but it would be, like, purely lip service. They're actually playing it out here. Yeah, I love Alice. She's not necessarily my favorite Scion, but she's definitely close. But I feel like she's less merchable.
Well, and she's also, like, most of the times the twins are merchable as a pair. Like, that's,
Yeah.
like, one of the ways that they would market them.
Yeah, I feel like they become merchable when you put them together and put a carbuncle on the floor.
We're outnumbered. Withdraw to the vault.
Ah!
Edward!
I don't know why they're going with the robed look on the overworld when they were like soldiers. But like they already had models, the Red Wings, in the opening.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Oh, bye.
Oh, last one keeps retreating.
He's got Edward vibes.
What makes a character merchable? General broad appeal, appealing in a number of levels. Like I don't know. Like I'd have to think about that in terms of like how to like convey it effectively.
It's been a while.
It's our friend who would
Kane,
never
you're
betray us.
alive.
So it would seem.
We'll talk later. For now, we have some fighting to do.
Indeed. Are you ready to face me, Cecil?
What are you saying?
Ready your sword.
Kane.
Ready your sword, fool.
Why do this?
Save your breath.
Off he goes.
Why, Kane?
You ask too many questions.
That's pretty good damage.
Hit him hard, Cecil.
That did not work.
This is it, Cecil. Has Golbez poisoned your mind too? Have you any final words? Stop.
No.
Rosa.
Cain, you of all people?
No, Why do you hesitate, Cain?
Oh, I didn't realize this is the theme that plays when you see Golbez in like his arena area.
Oh yeah, it is. Golbez. Oh, jeez. Golbez. Whoa, what's going on with my voice?
So you're Golbez, and you must be Cecil. Never hesitate to kill, Cain. Now see how it is done.
Cecil.
No! Silence!
Oh, my wig.
Cain, get the crystal. Yes, sir.
Cain, please.
Hmm? Rosa, no. Oh, is this woman important to you? Then I shall take her with me to raise the stakes. Until we meet again. Come, Cain. I mean, wow.
He just walked into her.
Flashes to the odd.
You won't be so lucky next time. Wait.
Cure.
I was just about to say, I mean, why not use Cure Iridia? And then she fucking did.
Yeah.
Appreciate when the narrative actually does the thing.
Yeah, although I hate the people who were like, why didn't they use a Phoenix down on what's her name?
Aerith?
Yeah, Earth. Feeling better?
Because a Phoenix down doesn't actually revive you from death. It just revives you from being knocked out.
Yeah.
Boom, duh.
I thank you, Rydia.
The crystal's gone. I failed.
And Rosa's gone too.
So we have to go help her and get back the crystals while we're at it. She's right. We have no time for moping.
Cecil, it's our turn to assist you. But for now, let's heal our wounds, brother.
Thank you.
I was Yoshi-P.
It's really interesting.
Yeah, go.
What? Receiving. Turns out I was only mostly dead. I was watching old episode of Lila. Why was Yoshi afraid of Disney with all the Disney achievements names? Because Disney's litigious as all hell.
Yeah, if one of our parts of training for teaching was be very subtle when you use Disney stuff, because we once had a parent who worked for Disney and tried to like get us sued after someone was playing like Disney music in a classroom.
Yeah, like because he should be afraid because that's how Disney rolls.
Yeah. What were you saying? You said something was cool.
I forgot.
Oh no! Sorry.
Shame her name is Rose Romero. She could definitely add some flavor to them six. Super Wizard was watching old Phoenix down. We aren't likely to get any Squeenix and Androids though. Square really likes to do all their own in-house toy stuff. Am I crazy? I thought there was already some. Final Fantasy Nendroid. Maybe I'm wrong.
Or Final Fantasy. Isn't there like a Cloud Nendroid?
No, there aren't any.
Oh my
I don't know what
God.
I'm thinking of it.
That's crazy.
No, I was thinking about the Taito Final Fantasy 14 Alpha No Lovelier, like, and that stuff.
There are some in very similar. Oh, there are Kingdom Hearts ones. Oh, this Roxas Nendroid is
Taito's.
so cute.
Yeah, that was definitely what I was thinking. Pretty sure the only RPG that actively kills you and revives you is Dragon Quest, where you drag your dead party members behind you in coffins and literally ask God to deliver you from the afterlife. Well, you know, it's interesting you say that, but like when we, the first couple you had to go to churches to revives, right?
Yeah.
So like there was an aspect of that.
Yeah, it's absolutely got a lineage. Well,
in earlier Final Fantasy 2.
the difference, Yukio, with a Kingdom Hearts crossover is that would be on Disney's terms. Like, it's not that you can't ever do anything with Disney material, or Kingdom Hearts wouldn't exist.
And it's almost like lately in some of the most recent Kingdom Hearts games, like Kingdom Hearts 3 and looking like Kingdom Hearts 4, they're doing everything they can to move away from working with Disney in any capacity whatsoever.
Yeah, that's true.
Just saying.
Which isn't the worst thing. I mean, it's kind of sad, but
I mean, I think it's the worst thing because at that point, just make a different goddamn series.
that's true. Actually, that's a good point. The series is getting a little long in the tooth already.
Right. Well, when it's not at all the thing it was when it started, it's just like,
So, how will we go about the rescue?
To fight Golbez, we'll need an airship, but Baron is the only kingdom that has them.
Then we must sneak into Barrack and borrow one.
Baron's main forces is the Red Wings, so its naval power is relatively weak. We might be able to slip in via water route.
Then we need a boat. That doesn't make any sense.
I will ask for the king's ship tomorrow morning.
Thank you, Yang.
I feel like weak navy's all very well and good, but when you have that much air cover, it would. I just feel like it would nullify naval power.
Yeah, well, I'm assuming they're not attacking, but just trying to, kind of approach.
I guess that's true.
By the way, who was the Dragoon?
His name is Kane. He used to be my best friend, but he's no longer the man I knew.
Perhaps you'll find your answer in Baron.
For now, we should rest.
Until tomorrow, then. They surely won't see us coming, from the sky.
Right?
I see. I will arrange for a ship right away. Yang, accompany Cecil and help him any way you can. Cecil, take this sword. It belongs to Dark Knight who came to Fabul many years ago. The sword exudes tremendous force, but it is still a weapon of darkness. Darkness can never prevail over true evil, but I have every faith you will slay Golbez. Hey, Deathbringer!
Nice.
Go to the harbor to the east as soon as you are prepared. A ship awaits you there. Golbez must be stopped. If he acquires all of the crystals, the world will be thrust into unprecedented crisis. I'm counting on you. They should have stopped Keywords 1 or 2. Those are my pins, really. I like chains, and I really like Dream Drop Distance, so I can't fully agree with that.
I like Dream Drop Distance,
but
distance as well.
Yeah. I have a deep... Dream Drop Distance I like just as much as the others.
But 3 was not necessary.
No, and then, most of the others were not necessary... And the only reason 3 end up being necessary is because of things that they retroactively add to 2, plus things that because of the sins of drop distance.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, mechanically, I think the series definitely peaked at 2.
Yeah, I think that's fair. An FF game with a jet for an airship? Honestly, the Gummy ship isn't entirely unlike. You can make one that's pretty jet-like.
Oh, I definitely would love a game with a jet. Oh, for an airship. Oh, I thought you said Night Yukio. I thought you air power wins wars. Yeah. Visual style. Kingdom Hearts 2. Flora? Are you the minority? I feel like the vast majority of people think Kingdom Hearts 2 is where it peaked.
Yeah, I would say so.
I'm pretty sure that is the overriding popular opinion in my experience with KH fans. By a huge number.
Oh no, Levi, 3 isn't really getting away from using Disney. The ones that they're doing now are the ones after 3.
4.
Yeah. I mean, 3 has 3 has that line from Woody where he's like, well, I don't care about any of that. Talking about all the Ansem stuff and just brushes it aside. A Final Fantasy set in space? Well.
I mean, depends on what you mean by set in space. Has space in it? Because I don't know. I would point out 14 got a lot. Why can I not leave?
Oh. It would be pretty cool to have an Expanse style Final Fantasy game.
Sure. But I mean, at that point, are you approaching just being a spin-off?
Yeah, that's a good point. I think, yeah, that's true. But you could do it. I mean, the series is diverse enough. Oh, that lets out then.
There's the boat. Pretty sure Xander never got such a roasting by a toy before. A space opera Final Fantasy? Yeah. I guess... At what level do you do that only for its own sake? Like... It's not that... Like, space has been present in a lot of Final Fantasies, right? In different forms. Be it... I mean, to an extent, 7, you know, 8, not really 10, not really 12, like 13 kind of, 14 definitely, 15 definitely, but it's like, I feel like at what, before, you know, with the moon, I don't know, I feel like just like having it be space themed, I don't know why I can't just, the vibe of that feels off without it being a spin-off. I don't know.
Here's my suggestion: just have it be do a Chrono series game in space, because I feel like that game has laid the groundwork for it. It's like sci-fi enough that you could do it. Definitely.
Good luck, y'all. Take care of yourselves and kick some backsides for me.
With pleasure.
Why is it? Okay. Keep your chin up, Cecil, and you'll get her back in no time. We'll do our best.
I trust you will look after things in my stead.
You bet. I love you, you big lunkhead.
You must be Cecil. I heard you smack the hell out of those Baron lovelies. Oh, actually. You must be Cecil. I heard you smack the hell out of these Baron lovelies. Sit back, matey, and enjoy the ride.
Yeah, but so, like, I see what you're saying, Levi. My point is that, like, I think at some point that stops being kind of Final Fantasy, you know?
Anchors away. Aye, aye, Captain.
I have seen, yeah. I've seen Galaxy Express 99 and a lot of that, yeah.
Yang and his wife are pretty goals, Flora, that's true.
They are. It's true.
Does
she use a frying pan at some point?
Yeah, she bashes him with a frying pan, right?
Right, to wake him up. Right. I wonder if that's the first, is it the first use of a spouse with a frying pan?
Yeah, ooh. In Final Fantasy, yes.
Well, yeah. Clearly.
What will we do once we arrive in Baron?
We'll have to meet Sid, Baron's chief airship engineer. He'll help us.
Now I only hope the man you speak of is safe.
Are you cold? You're shaking. I'm fine. It's nothing.
So in terms of that, it's like the adventuring off into space as the primary goal, as opposed to being more rooted in like the defense of a planet, right? Like of home of a star, as like a core part of the narrative, be it 4, be it 14, be it 15, right? Whereas like the threat from outside or like needing to leave the star in order to defend home, I feel like is more of a thing in 14, whereas just traveling out amongst the stars is not historically been the case. That's my thinking.
What's going on? Leviathan. Shiver me timbers.
Holy mackerel!
It's the ruler of the deep. No. It's the Leviathan.
Pretty cool. I like this effect. Oh yeah, the water effect's pretty good, Flora.
Yeah, super good.
Change course.
Also, they did this exact same thing in...
Rydia.
Oh.
Rydia! Yang! Edward!
Oh, damn, that looks cool.
Yeah, it does look cool.
Oh. Where am I? Rydia! Edward! Yang! Where is everyone? I was just gonna say, like, I love. It was 2, right? Yeah, 2 did the same thing with like Leviathan and the crashing ship, and yet for some reason this was wildly more successful.
They invested a lot more into it. I bet that effect was so goddamn cool when it first came out.
Yeah. Would Gobby Cheese work on Leviathan? I doubt it. I mean, his scale compared to the.
You need a lot of Gobby Cheese.
I love the way 4 keeps shaking up your party. Yeah, Levi, I'm torn. Not torn here. Historically, I kind of like just having my party and being able to like level and focus on them. I think I really love what 4 is doing though, because it constantly keeps shaking it up, which means that you constantly are shifting in your tools, and like it doesn't feel like. Yeah, if it was like any slower, I think it would be a little bit more off-putting, but because it's just constant. Mycidia.
Ooh, I'm back in Mycidia.
I like that. I like that music. Mycidia.
Oh yeah, it's sort of jaunty.
Because last time we saw it was 2, right?
Yeah, it was the Tower of Mycidia. Oh wait, was that 3?
No. Well, here because I remember the Tower of Owen.
Oh yes,
Heroes.
I remember the Tower of Owen as well.
Oh, Mycidian Tower is in. Oh no, there was a Mycidian Tower in 2.
Okay.
It's where the Ultima sealed. Yeah, the Ultima is sealed away. It's the longest dungeon in the game on par with Pandemonium. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, dude.
Yeah.
That's weird. Part of that song sounds like part of the breakdown in Forged in Crimson. Bum 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 bum. That was weird.
For me, it's giving Muggle Mug vibes.
Oh, I definitely can feel that too.
Oh, Mycidia doesn't appear, lady, but Mycidia does, and it wasn't a city of mages in 2. It was a tower, a mage's tower in 4.
It was also a town.
Oh, was it?
In 2 was also a town.
Really?
It was both. Yeah.
Oh,
so
okay.
in Final Fantasy 2, there's also the town that's governed by wizards.
Okay, I'm wrong then. Lady, you're right.
Yeah, that's where you get the and then that's where you get the quest to get the ultimate tome.
Okay. FF4 theming from Endwalker in the next expansion. I mean, definitely they could put some stuff from 4 in Mycidia, like you said. That'd be a really good idea, and Corvus as well, frankly. But I mean, I'm sure that they'll flit around.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, it's never like even with the amount of 3 that's in Shadowbringers isn't a literal 3 expansion,
The only thing that is just
so
1-to-1 is Crystal Tower.
Oh god, I keep wanting it to like go on to
the
part in Forged in Crimson. That's so weird. I mean, appropriate but weird. In the darkness, be by fear consumed. Hearts turn cold where not ever blooms. Yep.
Nice.
It's a good song.
It is a good song, yeah.
If you haven't watched our lyrical lore on it, I recommend doing so.
I like Rubicon.
You are that Dark Knight from before. Why have you returned? My name is Cecil. I'm the former commander of the Red Wings. At that time, I didn't have the courage to go against the king's orders. Words will not bring back our dead. However, I see that you have changed. Perhaps it would not be a waste of my time to hear what you have to say. We are fighting a man named Golbez who has somehow risen to power in Baron. However, my companions and I were attacked by Leviathan on our way to rescue a friend from Golbez's clutches. Perhaps this is a test you must prove yourself worthy. However, you have come to rely too much on your dark sword. This will only lead to a darkening of your soul. If you wish to fight with purity, you must head to Mount Ordeals to the east. Speaking of Rumcante,
Yeah.
there you may find is where your fate lies. But my friends are in danger. I can't waste any time. I see your friends mean much to you, but you must not be impatient. You are destined to a great fate. You must go to Mount Ordeals and transform your dark sword into one of light. Is that this early?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
I thought it was like at the midpoint of the game.
Honestly, I feel like this game's
the-
shorter than I remember.
Yeah, those who accept the holy light will become paladins. Many have journeyed to Mount Ordeals, but none have returned. Do you still wish to go? I feel I must. Very well. The journey will be dangerous for a lone Dark Knight. I will have 2 mages accompany you. Palom, Porum. You called for us? Where's Palom? Palom, come out this minute.
So good.
I can't believe I have to help this barren scum. Be grateful that Mysidia's prodigy, Palom, will assist you.
Are these the mages?
Yes, this is Palom and Porum. Although still apprentices, they should be of great help. I am the greatest mage in all of Mysidia. You should be...
Which one's which? Oh, God.
Oh,
Well, she's got green cape. Green cape, so I'm thinking is female. I am the greatest mage in all Mysidia. You should be thankful I'm even speaking to you. Palom, I expect you to behave yourself on this journey. Oh, no, okay. Okay, it's flip-flopped?
so strange.
Why is the red name for the green cape and the green cape for the red? Okay. Oh, well, okay, their body color is flipped, too, so it's their body color.
Okay.
My name is Porum. Pleased to meet you, sir. Palom, greet him properly. Hiya, nice to meet you. Black mage Palom, white mage Porum. Join the party. Now, go to Mount Ordeals, Palom and Porum. Do everything in your power to assist Cecil. It's funny. They're flip-flopped, because, like, Alice is the, you know, kind of rude,
Yeah.
like, red mage, black mage, whereas,
That's true. Their art's so cute. Oh yeah, AC, that's because the Dark Knight represents something different in this game to 14, that they fundamentally have a different ideology.
white mages aren't the same in earlier Final Fantasies compared to Final Fantasy 14. What's another good example? I mean, it's like saying, like, the monks of Falbul have a different relationship with, you know, fighting than those of Alamigo, right? It's like they're not, you can't one-to-one them.
Yeah. I mean, I think a good example would be Black Mage as well, right? In this stuff, they're just like a kind of mage. And then look at A9, for example.
Yeah.
These kids see an older brother figure.
4 is pretty compact and jumping. I'm pretty sure Cecil is the older brother figure.
No, it's Scarmiglione. No one said a good
Actually,
one.
Now I'm fucking curious. No, there's a lot more game left. So, like, well, no, I mean, part for part. Okay, this is technically considered part 6. And there are 17 parts. So, like, maybe not.
Oh, okay.
I feel like we have so much left, though, because, I mean, we still have, like, Tower of Babel, we still have the Underground, we still, like... There's so much left.
There is a lot left, it's true. I'm pretty into it, though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm into it. It's just, this is the same feeling we had with, like, 3, right? Which, I mean, maybe this is what's going to happen again, right? Is that we're like, oh my god, we're speeding through, and then we get to the back half of 4, and it slows the fuck down.
Yeah, that was the problem with 3, is that it had a really, really strong start, and then it petered off a little bit. It wasn't bad or anything, but it did start to wear itself out a little bit.
Mm-hmm. I can guess you call this place a major city. Des. They're annoying, so he's sending them off to die. Well, I mean, like, think about it. Like, they need their own rights, right? And also, they are capable, and they also do know the way. They're apprentices. This is a good challenge for them. I feel like them sending them off makes a lot of sense. And then, like, the reason that they continue with you is because they have a stake in this world, too.
Yeah, exactly. They're, also, like... Fantasy games love throwing like a kid companion at you.
I know I've just seen some people be like, well, you know, they're children. Why are they going out to fight, you know, fight on the front lines? It's like, I mean, is keeping them home necessarily better when they have the, you know, capacity to enact change?
Yeah, the problem is, like, this isn't just like a conventional war. If you lose, you don't just live under a different leader. Like, if you lose here, then the world is eaten by, what's his name? The moon.
Zeramis?
Yeah, Zeramis.
I do kind of miss the spamming cure and getting it to level up.
Oh my god, yeah.
In terms of, like, especially, it's important that they don't do that so that they can have the game be kind of balanced around, like, what your toolkit is, you know? Knowing exactly what you would have access to, but I miss it. I miss it a little. FF4 certainly has more child companions than most Final Fantasies. It has 3 in total, one of whom is aged up.
Yeah, one of them ages up. FF.
Also, what are we counting as children? Because, frankly, that like is it 16 and up is not children? Because that if it's 18, a lot of the Final Fantasies have a lot of children.
Yeah, FF9 is mostly young teenagers.
10, they're all not like Titus is under 18, Yuna's under 18, Riku's under 18. Nah, 12. I mean, you got Vaughn and Pinello. And Larsa.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Pinello feels especially childlike, I feel. What about Hope? Yeah, Hope. Vanille. Well, yeah, Vanille's basically a kid, as much as she's extremely old.
I mean, 14, Alice and Alfino, you know.
Yeah, that's
He's
true.
a professional blitzball player. Hey, see, I'm pretty sure Titus is 17. If you look at FX10 manual, if you look at the manual, it has their ages in it.
Oh, really?
Your
In
instruction.
10?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
yeah,
cool.
I remember that. It has the pictures of all of them, and it has their ages.
I remember, yeah, a lot of Vanille's child act is put on, but I mean, you know, like, it does exist. Oh my god, I remember the olden days of like you would buy a video game and then in the car ride home you would just read through the manual like 800 times. That was so like exciting.
Yep. It's weird. I have an NTSC one, but the NTSC one doesn't have their ages into it. But I'm pretty sure he's supposed to be like 17.
Yeah, they definitely come across
Yeah,
that way. Isn't Waka supposed to be a little bit older?
Yeah, Waka is older. He's like in his like 20s or something.
Yeah, Waka and Lulu together, right?
Yeah.
And then obviously Auron.
Auron's in his 30s. Well, no spoilers, but
Yeah,
technically
he's in his physical 30s.
It depends on how you want to define it.
Yeah.
The world listening guard, Marlene, yeah. Some call me Tim. A lot of yeah, Titus and Yuna are 17, a holdover from Scott Pop where everyone died of a virus at 17. Wait, Daniel, you can't just say that. Please link, like, please. I don't, not that I don't believe you. I just, like, I need to know more about this. Where did you find that out? I've never heard that. That's amazing. And awesome, Raven. Enjoy your pizza. It looks surprisingly great for a pregnant lady. Yeah, well, that's because they literally didn't even change her model.
Yeah, her model is not changed whatsoever.
The fucking, it kicked and, like, there's just flat. God, I miss the days of awesome manuals. They were a nice luxury. They were nice. But, like, you know, there are benefits to not having physical media. But no, I miss them too. That's why the attitude of this character exists as a spoiler is so weird. We're in the manual. Yeah, I guess, but that's like saying a trailer's not a spoiler because you can selectively watch it before the film to me. Like, you don't have to read the manuals, and most manuals at that time became more flavor than like anything important for information. Like, you know? I guess I'm a little torn on that. I think that's fair. But also, which character would have been a spoiler, even?
Well, there's a character in like Dragon Age, Dragon Quest, the most recent one that's a spoiler, and people refer to them as a different name.
Interesting. Well, what are you waiting for? Yeah, keep your hat on. Blizzard! I don't know why I'm having a hard time keeping which. Partly because I'm looking at their capes, like, are the bigger piece of color. But their capes are actually opposite of who they are. Ha! Too easy. Whack. Hallam, the Elder taught us not to submit to arrogance. Please forgive his antics. Meanwhile... Oh, wait!
Oh, flash sides.
But also the meanwhile with this music happens multiple times throughout the 6.x patch. Like each 6.x patch does meanwhile in like and then you hear this exact Goldbed music because it cuts to Goldbed.
And it's fun because it's obviously an extraction of an existing sort of trope in 14, fusing with this original 4 thing. That's cool.
Mm-hmm. Orin is in his, yeah, exactly. Come forth, Scarmiglione.
Oh yes, Scarmiglione, you fucked up little guy. Can I do Scarmiglione?
But I love it. Okay, fine. Yeah, you can.
Scarmiglione of Earth at your command.
Cecil aspires to much. He ascends Mount Ordeals as we speak. I shall clip his wings now. So he desires... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
So he desires to become a paladin.
Dispose of him. His dark sword should be all but useless against your undead.
I shall return with his head.
Make sure that you do.
Yes, sir. Is it just me, or does that machine with roses strapped to it sort of give me resonant vibes?
Oh, see, I was thinking less resonant. I was thinking a little bit more of the towers, like Zot. But yeah, I definitely can see it.
This is getting interesting, wouldn't you say, Kane? Cecil may still prove to be quite a formidable opponent. You dare question my judgment. Scarmiglione is one of the 4 elemental lords. He will not fail. Rose and I will delight in watching Cecil's demise. Sire, please grant me a second chance. Instead of Scarmiglione, allow me to the task of slaying him. Just be grateful I let you live after your little blunder.
Cecil.
I think it's fair to say he'll use his weapons. Yes, AC. Pretty sure that is Zot, yeah. Elko, the Scrap 17 plot for Final Fantasy is from the book. Final Fantasy Ultimatum argument released by Square Enix, which seems to go over the development of Sonic games. But wait, was it a plot for Final Fantasy in general or for 10 in specific?
Oh god, not conjoined series. I had enough of that with Shinra.
That shit just makes no sense. Like, just straight up it really makes absolutely no sense. Like 10 being the same world as 7.
It's so forced.
It just doesn't make any sense.
At that point, why not make every world just part of the same universe? Which would be just as bad, but...
Don't tempt them.
I just don't understand what it adds to the series.
It doesn't. I mean, like, just have the name be an Easter egg and you're good to go.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like that's the way it was originally intended, and then they got a little carried away with it. In fact, Shinra's not even it's a pretty common Japanese name, right?
Right. What else is he supposed to do? Punch Warrior of Light with his bare hands? I mean, hey, he might. It was an early plot for Final Fantasy X. Okay, in the Ultimadia? Okay. That makes sense. I mean, honestly, their age being that also works anyways, so...
Yeah, that's true. We see these Spirit and Soul. We see these ghost models in the in 14, don't we? Like they look kind of weird and painted.
Yeah, there's a version of them that you get to use. Where is it?
Are they in Shadowbringers or Stormblood?
Oh, I'm trying to remember. I know exactly what you're talking about. Fuck. It's like it's not like a wispy version of the model. It's like a very solid version.
Yeah, it looks like they've almost been painted. That kind of vibe.
Yeah, for sure. spirit enemy.
I think it's too late to be in the Encyclopedia Eorzean. What is the weirdest sentient race in
Yeah.
Final Fantasy? None of them are that weird.
What's
The beavers?
weirdest sentient race? I don't. I'm sure there's like you could come up with something if you played through everything with keeping that in mind. But like that's such a relative question, right? Like I feel like what would constitute weird is based on. You have to define weird first, right?
Oh, the Quens, maybe. Maybe the Quens.
The what?
Queena's race from 9.
Oh. I mean, but are they any weirder than the Cocoon?
That's true. They look weirder.
I mean, they're all rat people in the end. The Moomba.
The guys that ride the shoe puff, they're not that weird.
Rides a shoe puff? Bartend. Okay, wait, no, actually, the Shumi evolving into the Moombas, that is pretty weird, Levi, I'll admit.
The beavers aren't a big mystery. They were just supposed to be Moogles, but got turned into beavers. Oh yeah, Flora. I like the Freddy Kicker, and I like the fact that their chieftain has a big fancy hat. I'm just in this series for the big fancy hats, really, I guess.
It's all about that style. My god, the damage is all over the place. We might have to go farming for a bit.
Okay, yeah. What was her race to help with the gardens? In what context? What gardens?
Does Genova count as sentient? It was at one point.
The Shumi, yeah, the
It's those were the Shumi? Yeah, okay. Because those things evolving into the Moomba is also... Then Moomba themselves are kind of weird, admittedly.
No, I didn't hate 7.
Wait, what about 7?
Why must I have hated 7? I must have missed that. What I said.
What? Those are used in the first dungeon of 6.2. They're used in Troya? Where are they used in Troya? I've done Troya
think
so
they
much,
are
I
used
think I
in
would
Troya.
remember this. Yeah, but is it for the first boss in Troya?
No, they're mobs.
Which mob?
The ones that look like those. FF7 had no fancy hats. Damn, that's true.
Didn't
Damn.
the goblins have hats?
Oh yeah, well the goblins have like little beanies, which are cute.
Are beanies not hats in the area?
They are, but they're not fancy.
Okay, twin cast. How the fuck does twin cast even work?
Genova. I don't think Genova is supposed to be Last Plaga. Certainly, like, she gets parasitical and non-sentient after a certain point, and a lot of what the sentience is projected in 7 is just Sephiroth being nuts. But we definitely get the implication that she was, like, an individual back in the day. Like, before she got all crushed up, she was like a, I don't want to say person, but...
If anything, she's like, not literally because she's kind of knowable, but is that she's almost more eldritch.
Certainly,
then,
that's how she's presented, which I think is because of the state she's in and the fact that her sort of existence has become so abstracted. A 7 does that a lot as well. It sort of loses it. Sorry, 7 Remake does that as well, but then at the end it sort of loses it with the ghosts instead. Well, I don't want to say lose it because I like that stuff, but it does lose the Genova stuff a little bit.
Yeah, that at least that focus.
Daniel, FF10
Kinda
had
becomes
like a
more
load
of
of
a
fancy hats. Like the priesthood all have fancy hats. Just none of the playable characters had them.
Yeah, now I'm trying to think of... Yeah, with the clothing, there's a lot. With Yevon, a lot of fancy hats.
Yeah. 12 though, I guess
Lot
not,
of-
unless you count the judges' helmets.
Judges' helmets count as fancy hats, and those are the fanciest of hats.
That's true. Seymour's hair is just is like almost a hat.
That's a weapon.
Yeah, that's true.
His hair is a weapon in hair form.
I'm honestly surprised that there isn't a moment in the fight where it like stabs you like a scorpion.
Trying to think now, like Seymour Omni, Seymour Flux. Does he ever like kind of use it as a weapon? Not really.
That was a missed opportunity.
Truly. Why does Cat She count as a? Why does Cat She count as a fancy hat? I mean, that's an interesting question, Quandary. Just because also Jenova is semi-parasitical, I don't think necessarily makes her like Las Plagas. Also, like, I mean, actually, let me defend AC's point there for a second. Think about it this way. Those infected with Jenova cells are able to be mind-controlled by a central figure who's in particular control of those cells, like Seymour, just like kind of like how Sadler is with RE4. So I think there is, the like function has some interesting parallels.
Yeah, it's almost more corruptive than parasitical, I want to say, because the parasitism doesn't actually seem to give much bonus to. Like, it doesn't really help Jenova.
No, it just seems like a byproduct of it because like Jenova has no will.
Yeah. At least at the point that we meet her.
Can always look at the. Okay, that's true of Vayne. That's true of. It's true of Vayne Zaldor. It's true of Seymour. It's true of
Sephiroth.
Sephiroth. Ultimecia.
Cloud of Darkness.
Cloud of Darkness.
Emperor.
Sure. No, I mean, like, I'm 15. Does what's his fuckers have longest hair? No.
In 15? No, not really.
He has luscious hair.
Yeah, he's got long hair, but it's not like long hair for Final Fantasy.
Right. But he does have a fancy hat.
Kuja has like luscious but not super long hair as well.
True, but I mean, like, amongst the characters he has have like notable hair, I would say.
Yeah, he does.
Arden used to have long hair? Yes, but if you weren't able to see it, right? Part of it doesn't have long hair. No, I was just thinking that I don't think he does. Unless it's under the hat. But if it's under the hat, you still can't see it. He does have a fancy hat, though.
Well, AC, yeah, his family are a mix of human and Guado, but they're both humanoid races, and it is like a fantasy series. Like, you know, how do elves and humans work in Lord of the Rings? But they can have babies, so it's just kind of one of those things that is easily enough hand-waved.
What was that? Seymour says to me his mystery's mother was human, but his father was Guado. How does that work? I mean, yeah, like, literally what Ninder says, like, they're not that different. It's not like, fucking, I don't know, Cockern and a Hure. I mean, Guados basically are just, like, they have their specific facial features. I mean, honestly, Guado have more in... Guado are, it's, like, it's the same as, like, Garlean and Hure. Right?
Yeah,
like,
basically, or like a
different.
Mikote and a Hure. These are races that can breed with each other. It's just fantasy rules.
They have not split along the genetic, they have not split quite enough to be completely inseparable.
No, Zemus balls.
does... No, yeah. Where are the Mikote here hybrids? There are... So, Ray, are you here? Can you toss my...
Yeah.
Well, no, I was also... Can you toss my pro... Yeah, my like... You only get the appearance of one of your parents, typically. Occasionally, some people get a secondary characteristic of their father. Someone like Hilda.
Yeah.
Questions are Garlean here offshoots, or are they completely unrelated race? We don't know.
We don't know.
Based off of the Gaugian things and based off the timeline of when they appear, I assume that they are probably heroes who have been experimented on by Alag. Would be like a theory.
That's the impression I got as well. Because they're so similar to baseline Cure, with just like a little bit of natural evolution and then the eye.
Yeah. Well, and the fact that, like, the Gaugians were the progenitors to them, and when they show up and when they're defeated and when they disappear all kind of coincides with Allag seems suspicious.
There's so much suspicion. Then again, there's so many there's so many like red herrings, right? Like the whole Lalafell thing, which
Right. Well,
I
do you
don't-
mean the Aslod testing thing?
yeah, which I don't put much stock in particularly.
Don't, because if you actually read what's going on there, that's one of the either Ironworks or some group of people. Lalafell dropped some of their own DNA in there,
Oh, okay.
and something came out that had there's an explanation for that isn't that Lalafells were created.
Right, yeah.
But if you ignore that secondary piece of information, it seems like what the thing is saying is that, oh my god, Lalafells were Allagan experiments or something. Which also we just factually know not to be the case because dwarves exist.
Right, exactly.
But we also know Garleans don't exist in the first, right? Which should also be telling.
Yes.
Because they probably
Interspecies
came
sex.
about.
Thank you, Ray Ray.
Thank you, Ray Ray.
Can Rogadins breed
Can
with
Rogan breed
Hears
with
and
hu-
Elson?
Yes.
Yeah, they can.
No, they can. Yes, they can. There are relationships between Roganin and Hears.
I mean, they're big, but they're not that big.
No.
I mean, a Lalafell, on the other hand, you wouldn't want to see that.
Try not to think about it, thank you. As far as we know, all the playable races can be in relationships with each other, as far as has been communicated. Another good example would be the fact that Mikote prostitutes exist that had no qualms with servicing different races. Like, a good example is that Mikote prostitution is rampant in places like Ul'dah and in Lenosia, and that the places that are predominantly, two of the biggest races in both those places are Roganin with the Hell's Guard and the
Yeah.
the Sea Wolves. I pray. Yeah, lady.
Oh, yeah, that's very
Although-
true, lady. I did once see a little terrier dog breed with a Great Dane. And thankfully, yes, it was that way around. I grew up on farms, okay? I saw weird shit.
You've seen... Oh, yeah, I know. I was just trying to figure out why the zoo won't die.
They're tough. They're like bosses in... It's like the easiest boss in the game is a zoo, isn't it? No, that's... It's not a zoo. It's a... Oh, it's one of those weird things that does seasonal migrations and eats everyone when they come. In Forest.
Yeah, that narrows it down.
You know the mini boss in Forest Series that dies in like 2 seconds?
Oh, the one with the eggs? That is a zoo, isn't it?
No, the other one, the one that's after that.
Oh.
The very easy
Oh, I
one.
don't... I know that one. I know what you're talking about, but I can barely remember it because it always dies so fast.
Yeah, it just is like mob level difficulty. How come the game never
Birth
made
control's
kid
injury.
models for Rogadins? Well, they're sort of doing gradual and inconsistent with the kid models anyway.
Yeah, they're basically... I would say that, like, if we ever go to Eorzean, you'll see them. You could say the same thing about adding models at different points throughout the history. I just think that it doesn't make a lot of sense, and also, like, what the fuck do you make that look like? Like, hearing an Elizin kid or an Alri kid makes sense, but size-wise, like, is a Lalafellian kid, like, a foot tall? Like, how do you make the camera work for a Lalafell kid? Is a Rogadin kid, like, really bulky? The Siren. No, the boss before that, Flora.
What if they're like really goofy looking? Like they all come out like super chubby. They look like there's like on TikTok there's big like the huge Chinese like babies that are like really overweight. What if they all look like that? And then it just converts into muscle as they age. They got like huge cheeks.
That'd be amazing.
No, not the
There's
Siren,
literally two
Flora.
Yeah. There are literally 2 prostitutes in Algae here that say, feel free to use our services, everything for a hero. Yeah. Exactly, Infinite. How could fortunately, what makes you say that? I know that there are forms of birth control in, I'm trying to remember what the reference is for that, but I don't know how prevalency. I would wonder actually. The Hydaelyn kid, from all we know, looked like a wind-up Nanamo.
No, Tyrant. That's what it's called.
Ah, yeah.
Tyrant.
Demands. Also, I don't know if it's saying, but good to see you. Glad to have ya. How you doing? I was reading something on my other screen and got a whiplash when I heard big Chinese babies.
I want Lalafell babies that are like, like when trolls are babies in Homestuck, they're like little worms, like little caterpillars. I want that to be the case with Lalafells.
Please don't fill my nightmares with nightmares. What kind of service would you categorize as a Puff Puff? It depends on if you're talking about the version of Puff Puff where you use 2 slimes or the version of Puff Puff where you put someone's face between your breasts.
Yeah, it's just motorboating, I guess. Ha ha ha, the Puff Puff.
The Puff Puff. Because one of those I would describe as a form of massage. The other one I would say is a service of the night, shall we say.
Levi, that's a question that's a whole a whole pile of worms.
Now, are all the playable races of the shards of the ancient or the other sentient races are things that ancient created? So they're not things that created, in my opinion. I will say pretty strongly there's 2 possibilities, and there's been conflicting things implied by the devs on this. One possibility is that the ancients, when sundered, created the races. Another possibility is that the life that sprung up post the because they said new life was created when they summoned Zodiark and Zodiark quickened the Aether and blah 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 blah. It's possible that the races were the life that was created.
Yes, it is. That's my well, we certainly have an implication that why not both, right? Because the reincarnative effects of this whole process aren't like species locked. You can be a shard no matter what race you are. So I think it's the it's the new life, and the shards of the ancients can just enter into that lineage.
Yes, and just to be clear, because defending exactly what you said, there were definitely creatures created by the ancients that were sundered, like as we see in Elvis. So there's at least partly true. I was just referring specifically to the playable races.
Yeah, me too.
You've been here and talking, Demands? I'm sorry. I know I saw you just a second ago. When was the last time? Oh, I demand Moomba. I love those weird cartoon lion boys. Of course cute. I mentioned lion boys, and that's when you get right. Sorry.
That's a good point. Everyone knows that if you take a Moomba and you breed it with a human, you get Beta Sora.
Oh my god, it does look like Beta Sora.
Right?
Birth control just cast as soon afterwards. There's an Egyptian recipe involving honey, so I imagine it'd be a popular birth control in Hydaelyn.
Yeah.
Was it honey and a specific herb? Because honey by itself, I doubt would be that effective.
Yeah, it is. I wonder if Silphium is a thing in 14. That's like one of my absolute favorite historical facts about the ancient world.
Power, good to see you. Glad to have you. If birth control was less prevalent, there'd be fewer one-child families and be a whole lot more children in general than there are. Well, but you're assuming that, right? Because, like, there's a possibility that, like, just fertility across the board in 14 is actually far lower. Or, like, there's any number of, like, possibilities.
Or that we're just not seeing it in the game we're playing, but it exists.
Just because we don't see Rogan and children doesn't mean Rogan and children don't exist, for instance, in Eorzea. Honey mixed with herbs. Yeah, because, like, the thing I would say is that if you're dealing with, if you have to assume the herbs, though, it's like, well, we don't know if those exist in 14, right? Those same ones.
Right?
Yeah.
Let's go become a paladin. God damn, there's a lot of zoos in this area.
Oh, fuck, I just pressed the wrong button. That's not going to be good.
Wait, what did you do?
Oh, thank God. I accidentally thought I selected myself to attack.
Oh. Yeah,
I will say this is the... When they gave us Palom and Pylorum, their, like, mana reserves are kind of shit, which kind of sucks if you're trying to, like, go do mountain ordeals.
That's true, and it's not necessarily the best for, like, grinding either. The transability, yeah, like the dual cast thing, yeah, we've been using that, but it's kind of inconsistent at the same time.
I think I'm gonna set it to auto do that while we... until we get to the mountain.
Yeah, Sylphium is, I don't think it's scary. I guess it could be, but I just think it's really cool.
I mean, but yeah, and a lot of things in specific amounts can cause things like miscarriages and other issues as well. I mean, I'm trying to think of a good example. Oh, I used to have a good example on this. But like, you know,
sushi?
Dosages and proper application greatly affects what a thing does. Does the twin ability take mana? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure it's free. I keep hearing the battle music in Best Way Burrows on and off all the time. Yeah. Well, I think it's more the Best Way Burrows is the other way around, yeah. Funny enough, we see Lalafell children, they look like min-height adult Lalafells. Where do we see Lalafellian children? I'm trying to think. I feel like you're right, but I'm trying to think. I know there are young Lalafells.
Yeah.
And people who are the children of characters. But we're talking about like children. Like under 16, like
I don't think we've had a model.
we definitely haven't had a model.
We had what are the ones from 11 called again? We had like there were kid ones of those in that game.
Dope. Black Frustration, Lawful. Right, but like, do they have specific forms of dialogue that's like, again, there's a difference between someone that's a kid of someone versus being explicitly a child. That's just my point.
There is a child in the game that's a Lalafell child, but it's just a normal adult model. In fact, it's like a male with like pretty high tallest sliders.
Taru. Garlean.
I think the Makote model.
Oh, Taru. Oh, yeah. You're talking about from 11. Yeah.
Yeah. I think the Makote children are the cutest child models. Like the Elza ones kind of freak me out a little bit.
Yeah, Daniel, that's exactly my point. It's like they can't be delivered at full size because otherwise the mothers would just be basically
dead. The
way Lalafell's born was the mother would be break in half and the new Lalafell comes out from within, which is some fucking Cronenberg-esque bullshit.
Yeah, that's it, lady. It's like a starving refugee Lalafell child, which actually doesn't make a huge amount of sense law-wise, but no, I guess it does because they could be. It's not just Alamegans. Yeah, and it's just a Lalafell that is just normal person size. In fact, large.
Power, are you sure? I mean, I think you're right because I see Palom's magic going down, but like, is that why it does out of sync if you're at 0 mana?
Ah, that would make sense. I thought it was just I had a fail condition where it would just randomly fail sometimes.
Right. We'll pay attention.
Is anyone else having buffering issues? Lalafell babies.
Oh yeah,
I think smaller than a coconut. Yeah, like half a coconut. Because like Lalafell's really are not very big. Oh, we are having a leg spike.
Yeah, it's we're back.
Okay.
It just spikes for a second. There's a Lala claiming to be a child in Ul'dah opening MSQ, but I think she's faking it to get cookies. Like Kiwi laying an egg with a pregnant Lalafell. Yeah. So yeah, so there's definitely at the very least young Lalafell, but like maybe that's what they'll only ever go with is young Lalafell. Just like go from being like 1 foot like tiny things to like really they grow really really fast. Tella. Hey, Cecil! What brings you here? Wait, you seek Meteor as well. Meteor? If you know about Meteor, that means you're Tella. Hey, old man, am I right?
Don't be rude. You stand before the great sage himself. It is an honor to meet you. We came here from Mysidia on the orders of our elder. Yeah, we're spying on... Please excuse him. As I was saying, we're serving as guides for Sir Cecil. My name is Porum. And I'm Palom, Mysidia's most exalted mage. I've heard lots about you.
Kids from Mysidia, eh? Where are Rydia and Edward?
We were attacked by Leviathan on our way to Baron, and...
What? They aren't dead, are they?
I can't say for sure, but I fear the worst. On top of that, Golbez has captured Rosa. I have to say,
It's kind of classic and it works well enough, but I don't love the damsel thing.
That's true.
Rosa. I mean, I feel like in a vacuum it's fine, but like we don't exist in a vacuum.
Yeah, I mean it's that tightrope of walking between dismissing a trope for its own sake and then having valid reasons, and like both can be true in this situation.
Right.
I'll bet you that's his girlfriend. Hush! I thought you headed straight to Baron to confront Golbez.
My magic still lacks the powers to defeat him, so I came here to find the legendary spell Meteor. I sense a strong aura on this mountain. I believe it holds what I'm looking for.
But the spell is much too dangerous. It requires tremendous vitality for a man your age.
I admit I'm old, but in one's old man's life is a fair price to pay to bring down Golbez.
Geez, why are adults so pig-headed? You don't understand because you're still a kid. Now hush.
Cecil, you have to answer my question. Why did you come here?
I came here in hopes of becoming a paladin. I cannot defeat Golbez with the dark sword, and I have longed to renounce this hateful thing.
Who's Golbez?
Don't you know anything? He's the one controlling Baron.
He is no ordinary man, but a powerful sorcerer whose evil grows by the second.
How much time has passed? Because like how we didn't never even heard of Golbez not that long ago, and now he's taken over, and you know, one of the kids knows, and like clearly it must have been some manner of days or weeks.
Yeah, I would imagine. I get the impression of a little more than a month, maybe like 5 weeks.
So, Cecil, you're here to become a paladin. Then this mountain must hold some secret after all. I shall accompany you.
Sage Tella has joined the party. The legendary spell meatballs.
Any spell stronger than Meteor in FF besides one? But it's so inconsistent between games.
It just is random. It just, like, fuck, man. Sometimes fire could be more powerful. It just depends.
It really does, yeah. I mean, there's no real such thing as an individually that powerful spell in 14, for example. The Lamia is paralyzing us.
Interesting. It's called Lilith.
I guess that makes sense, though, right? It's kind of like a seductive archetype type thing, yeah.
Exactly. Moogle feels closer to the feel of the stork to me, since not everyone can see them. Yeah, Moogles as the storks of Eorzea. Also, since they deliver the mail, it fits. Yeah.
Yeah, that does fit.
Yeah.
That's cute. Imagine if it's a Vanu just turns up at your door dancing when you have a baby. Throws the baby at you like a football.
And just keeps doing the Vanu dance. Just like imagine like holding twins, like doing bump bump, like doing the whole chest thing.
Shaking them, that's pretty dark.
Garuda delivering the babies? Oh my god.
Oh my god, she would just like spike them down at the ground and cackle the whole time. Lilith could be comparable to Echidna. Yeah, well, AC, the problem is that the Lilith and Lilim myth is so abstracted in pop culture and misinformation.
It's a Lilith from the Red Mage quests.
Is she a Lamia?
Don't they use the Echidna model? I thought it was like a recolored Echidna. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so Echidna
Okay,
is,
but it is
yeah.
no. I want to defend what they're saying though. It definitely is effectively. I feel like if you think about how it's like using the Lamia bottom and how that same monster has been Lamia in the past, I think there's actually something to what they're saying.
Okay, you could join it together like that.
I actually think there's a good chance that was intentional.
Yeah, maybe.
Palom, stop that. Stop what?
Oh yeah, I was just wondering why there's so many goddamn undead on this map, and then I remember that's just Scarmiglioni's deal.
Right, he's like undead, Earth and the undead, the corruption of Earth.
Yeah, so I like that. It almost feels like an allude. Well, obviously, like it was alluded back to in the way that
Troya?
No, the way that sorry, my brain is blocked. The way that over expectation and unbalance of stuff affects the world, like how too little or is it too much? Yeah, too much earth aether in the Amdapoi ruins causes the toxic mushrooms to spread everywhere.
Yep.
Do the
Well,
summon...
they also have there's something.
Yeah.
There's something similar Western Hydaelyn in fucking what's it called? The by Cape Westwind. The blighted area has a similar issue.
Yeah, the one where it's a myth that like a big serpent got killed there.
Yeah.
Yes, I know the one you mean. Does Garuda remember things from when she was previously summoned? I believe no, unless her summoners do, because if the people who summon her think that she remembers these things and they know these things, then she'll remember them, is my read.
That's my understanding as well.
Because they really are just constructs. It's not like the Garuda that you summoned is not necessarily the same Garuda that was there previously. Yeah, so
there's no soul of Garuda.
Yeah. The Archfiend of Earth in FF1 was a Lich. I think that's true, yeah. And it's also the case in 9. Like, they have different sets that go along. Like, they have the Scarmiglioni and Rubicante set. They have the Lich and Kraken set. They have various sets.
Four Fiends FF1. What about the... Was it a Lich and... Was... Yeah, the Lich was one of them in... Yeah, Kraken, Lich, Merilith. So that makes sense. Okay, actually, now I'm... Okay, wait, and now I'm... Lich appears at the bottom of the Cavern of Earth. So Lich and Earth... Okay, so there is actually a connection between the original Lich and Scarmiglione. It's not just random.
Yeah.
Kraken...
Yeah.
Yeah, Kraken and Cagnazzo. Okay, that makes sense. Merilith... I don't know what the connection between Merilith
and Rubicante is.
Yeah.
They're both sexy.
Yeah, but I would almost think like Merilith would make more sense for Barbaricia, you know?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But you know, it's loose enough that you could put it there.
Yeah, I just feel like with Lich and you know Kraken, I see a much more direct parallel to Scarmiglione and Cagnazzo.
Yeah, I get you, definitely 100%.
Oh.
Yeah, they always have an
Kraken
undead theme. I think that's just the way they chose to run with it. It makes sense, especially when you consider Shintoism.
Yeah, I was about to say Shintoism, corruption, all that good jazz. So Archfiend of Earth always is undead theme, as far as we can see. Sonosuke, good to see you, glad to have you. Can't say to lurking, good luck. Thank you. Garuda has the same V as Naimia. Does she really? Interesting.
Oh.
Wait. Did they not get a new voice post ARR?
Maybe not.
As with the line in the original Hydaelyn remix of Fiend's theme, am I a fiend of Earth or a fiend of zombies and poison?
Only the FF1 4 feet. Oh yes,
because you just played Stranger. I was about to say you were on it, Levi.
The game story rocks. The game story has a lot to like and a lot to dislike.
As someone who played it, I'm glad you enjoy it. I don't enjoy its story because of its tonal inconsistency. I don't think its story is inherently bad, but its tonal inconsistency makes it really hard for me to enjoy. Maybe a replay with you, Nyneria, might make me enjoy it more.
Maybe.
But like mechanically I liked it, but its narrative to me felt like the version of Final Fantasy fan fiction I don't like. And also just like if it had done, let me rephrase. If it had done that sort of tone and what it was doing, but played it completely straight, I think I would have enjoyed it a lot more. But like it's weird with its tone.
Here's my perspective.
I said stop it.
It feels
It's not me.
It feels like a Final Fantasy game written by Justin Roiland. AC Genbu and so that's a bit of an odd question because the tortoise in Chinese astrology is associated with winter, so with water, and the tiger is with metal. Like the elemental stuff doesn't line up perfectly there. You've got like wood, metal, stuff like that. Air isn't an element. Fire, earth, and water are.
It's also interesting because Seiryu use water, but so does Genbu.
Yeah, exactly.
Both
yeah.
of them do. So
And Seryu's the dragon's aspect is wood in the old one. So
yeah. But Levi, again, I'm not trying to overly critique Stranger of Paradise. I think it is what it is, and I think a lot of people have fun with it. For me, tonal inconsistency is one of my like cardinal sins. So for me, that will like completely remove me, throw me out of something to the point which it's hard to get back into it.
and
So
yet he likes Kingdom Hearts.
I think, but like I don't like when Kingdom Hearts is tonally inconsistent. I think there's a difference between when something is like juxtaposed and intentionally. If you like look at the way that just having bright and cheery juxtaposed against dark isn't inherently to me tonally inconsistent. There's a difference between something that's playing something emotionally very, very sincerely and then also being pithy and undercutting it.
I think that's
Whereas
fair.
like Kingdom Hearts never undercuts its own emotional like sincerity.
I feel like
whether
in
you find
3
it
it
cringe
does a
or
little
not.
bit.
In 3 it does, but that's part of why I don't like 3.
Yeah.
One of the many reasons.
Right.
Not me. I sense an evil presence.
I will
you.
enjoy killing you all.
Who's there?
Your ether is mine!
Oh wait, wrong game.
Under Master Gelbez's orders, I, Scormiglione of Earth, will deliver you to the gates of hell. My undead hunger for your flesh.
Does he say that line when he summons the like ads and
Yeah, I think so. He doesn't he say even
I
you
hope-
can hear it in the trailer, can't you?
I forget.
I like the fact that he wears a cloak. Like the implication that
Yeah.
he just has to why is he hiding things?
Well, I love it too because it's like ominous, like what lies beneath.
Yeah, it's
you know?
good. It's
Like,
good. It's good narratively. Yeah, it's good thematically.
Now I'm just thinking of fucking Virgil from Devil May Cry 5.
Oh
Like when
man,
he first shows up.
Devil May Cry 5 is so good.
It was. Look, Devil May Cry has had varying levels of quality, but has always been, Devil May Cry. So if you're into that shit, it's great. Devil May Cry 5 slapped so much harder than it needed to. Okay, that did heal him. What do you mean that healed you?
Oh no. Yeah, Devil May Cry 5. It's I like the aspects of it. The fact that it expands the roster so much. Obviously, that's not entirely new to Devil May Cry. But the way they do it is really interesting. I need to replay that game. I didn't play it like as completely as I want to.
Yeah.
I need to replay it. I wonder how well it plays on Steam Deck.
I bet you it probably plays pretty good.
I don't think it does. Elden Ring plays really good on it, but unfortunately, Monster Hunter World does not.
wacky.
It can't handle the Coral Highlands specifically. It can play the other stuff, but Coral Highlands is too flashy and like neon for it. I think it's just-
I bet you there's a lot of model instead of just texturing, and like a lot of like even just all the coral.
Yeah, you could be right. And if there's too much glowy stuff on screen, like if Titiaku's there and then the flies start going off as well, then it starts to like it sends it batshit and crashes it.
Mm.
I wonder when he's gonna throw off his stuff and throw our little friends overboard.
Oh. I have no idea what he said because it like, literally flashed on screen for a millisecond.
Yeah, it does that sometimes, doesn't it?
Your ether will be mine in a later point in the game.
Fools! My true strength lies in death. Join me in hell. It's just like a little guy. It's a good model. This is my true form. Die! It does feel like maybe the first time that we've had a model that's really affecting, like so good in art direction.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it looks really cool. And it really does what it's intending to do. A Rubicante set Levi just naked except for a cloak.
I wonder if I now cast healing holy honor.
I would think so.
Like
Let's do it.
I'm not gonna risk it.
Do it, coward, do it. Let's see if Phoenix Down kills it in one hit.
You're a monster.
He's a Tomberry without the swag? What? What? What Tomberries have you been looking at?
something dead Tomberry corruption. I mean, honestly, this is how the Tomberries probably should look after years of.
That's true. Oh my god, the Four Fiends theme is so goddamn good.
Say harbor, do you have the fire? God, this is even slower. It's still hard to like do all the lyrics. The darkness be by fear consumed. Darkness comes where not ever blooms. Bum, bum, bum. And the fury gives us something new.
I know that this has had like a. I'm starting to think that all of the old games, like all of like 1 to 5, maybe even 1 to 6, needs like a 3D, like a FF7 remake, but slightly more in line with the source material, like vibe. Like 2 especially could expand so well.
Well, that was easy. Yeah, I mean, like the thing is, I'm torn because I don't replaying them. I don't know if they're needed. But boy, do I want them.
Yeah, I feel like 2 needs 1.
2, yeah. I guess like to me, it's hard to think like at the point at which you do 2, you got to kind of go whole hog, right?
Yeah, go whole hog, but don't do like the ghosts with it.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'd love a Rubicante set. Yeah, which is the armor for all the trial series. Yeah.
How could I possibly lose? Oh shit, we're poisoned. Okay, we have a healing thing. Yeah, 4's really good, co-pilot. I'm really enjoying it so far. But I also really enjoyed 3, so. I really enjoyed early 3. And then it overstayed its welcome.
Yes. Where he's got a cloak on, I mean. Oh no, he's naked. Tomberry's love them, but after running Wanderer's Palace with the guild company squad, I have a panic reaction. Yeah.
Oh, I have done Wanderer's Palace so many times to do the lore guide for that on the website that I'm just like, I'm over it now.
Neri, do you ever have the problem where like you play so much of a frickin' dungeon that and like you study it hardcore for one point in time and then you get a year later and you're like, I don't remember anything about this place. like not literally anything, but you just like, I don't know, man. I feel like I have so much stuff stuffed in my brain half the time that I'm pushing in new things and then old things get pushed out.
You know what the problem is? Like, that happens to me with old main story content from like ARR and Heavensward and Stormblood. Like, all the additional lore pushes that stuff out of my brain.
Yeah.
My son. Son, just who are you?
Whoa.
I can't believe this is this early.
Yeah.
I thought it was like half Dark Knight, half Paladin. I didn't realize it was all Paladin all the time.
I certainly thought there was
Long
more.
Yeah.
Long have I awaited you, and much sorrow have I endured. I shall now entrust you with my strength. In doing so, my pain will only grow, but there is no other way.
That's an interesting line.
Yeah. In After Years.
Is this not... Yeah, sorry, guys.
In After Years, Kane becomes like a light dragoon, which is like a weird thing. Like, they're not dark, but
That is weird. I also like... I don't know if this is harkening on to anything, because like I don't know of any like Western thing that this is. I guess the mirror self.
huh.
But is there? I wonder, like, you know, I mean, even think about like Shadow Link and stuff, and like, is there something that Japanese media is harkening to, or is there a Western story that's not as popular in the West that became popular in the East? Like, or is this just people being creative and coming up with shit? I wonder.
That's a really good question. I'm trying to think to Japanese culture. Nothing's massively coming to mind.
I mean, evil mirrors are a thing.
Yeah, evil
There's
mirrors
like
are a thing, but this feels more involved than that.
Yeah.
Break
Especially
from
with
your
Shadow
past
Link.
and overcome the darkness. Only then will you receive the holy power. You must defeat the dark knight within you.
What's going on? There's two of them. Cecil! Hey! Look out!
Stay back. This is my battle. One I must fight alone to atone for my wrongs.
Oh. No, this website says that it was inspired by Peter Pan, which I don't think is the case. That's a different kind of shadow.
A true paladin.
The amount of people who just make shit up about things being references is wild. to me.
All the time. I do it all the time.
Like, the amount of stuff on IMDb that's just wrong.
That's true.
Would sheathe his sword.
Like directors and writers will get on. They're like, no, we were not thinking anything about this.
Yeah. But I will say, I do thoroughly reject the whole trend in like social media nowadays, where they're like, "Oh, English teachers should shut up. The curtains are blue because they're blue," and I'm like, no, that's like literary like. You should be able to examine themes without authorial intent sometimes, but references are a different thing entirely.
Yeah.
A true paladin.
Oh, wait.
My dad just kicked me in the toe.
Oh, wait.
Would sheath his sword.
Now I understand.
Yes, okay, so we can't attack, right? That's cool. No, they don't fight their dark sides in Dante's Inferno. It's just a talk. There's no action. It's literally just a tour throughout the
It's literally just
yeah.
like him walking through the different layers of hell.
Yeah, and then like Dante Alighieri takes a chance to say like, this guy sucked. This guy sucked. This guy sucked. That's what most of it is.
It's really crazy how much it is self-insertion fan fiction.
It is.
Like the level to which that the you know, the Inferno is just like, Paladin should know the justice or truth. One day you will see.
Yeah.
Now go, seek what you must.
So I was a weird kid, and I read all of the Dante's Inferno when I was like 15.
Is that weird? I did that.
Oh, fair enough. It's not necessarily the most enjoyable read. And then Purgatorio and I forgot what the last one's called. The Heaven one. They're just not very good.
I always forget what the Heaven one's called. Yeah. No, there's a reason that the Inferno became famous and the Purgatorio and the others are like not
Yeah.
as lauded. And at least the fucking Inferno's not that long. At least it's a pretty short book.
See, that's the problem though. If you get the full the full non-retracted version, it's like huge.
Wait, Inferno. How? Maybe I read the retracted version.
I think most versions of that. Paradiso, that's right, yeah. Honestly,
this is 194 pages, so that's
Really?
not bad.
maybe I'm thinking maybe my book was all three of them together, and I thought that I'd gotten the Inferno and the other two, but I think actually it was all just one big book. So that was why it was long for me.
You have done well. Now my spirit will become light, and that light will be your strength. With it you must stop Golbez. Farewell, my son. No! Don't go!
It's weird that you're calling yourself your son.
Well, that's I'm very confused. Like, is it supposed to be his father? Like,
I wouldn't be
does his
surprised.
father matter to? Did his father matter to him or something?
I bet Levi knows, or someone knows in the WhatsApp.
I wonder if they have that. Yeah, I've heard some stories that people fight their dark side for atonement. Perhaps Dante's Inferno could be. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it's just Dante's big diss track. Yeah, basically.
It kind of is,
How about
yeah.
that TV show? Well, so I'm not just AC. I'm not just saying like, are there examples of people fighting their dark side? There's plenty of them. My point is more like, what is the root cause of this repetition of theme in video games coming out of Japan in the late 80s and early 90s? I mean, like, I understand, okay, and then it's becomes a thing later on because of those games, but why was it popularized at this point in time? You know, like, why did this idea become a thing?
I wonder if there's a doppelganger myth in Japan.
I mean, there's a doppelganger myth in fucking every culture that's ever goddamn existed, so I assume so. Are you all right? You must be. Pal him enough.
This feeling, I can't explain it. It feels so familiar. And that voice.
Oh my. Mr. Tella? My spells. I remember them now.
Tella remembered all of his spells.
Meteor. That light. Somehow it broke the seal upon my meteor. Tella has learned meteor.
He is indeed a great sage.
Hey, Porum, I think it's time we... Cecil, we have something to tell you. We're actually... I am ready to face Golbez. I am doom itself. I gotta love Tella.
Yeah, he's great.
Come, Cecil, to Baron.
Yes, to Baron. That light. Why did it call me son?
Hey, wait up.
Okay, so I
Oh
guess
wait, was it Fus? Or is it Fusoya? Like, is it the Lunarians calling down to him?
Well, his dad is a Lunarian, isn't he?
Right.
Yeah.
I think that's the whole thing. Right. Okay, now it's coming back to me. Cecil Father matters because he's a Lunarian. Okay, yep, Levi. Literally, I looked over and Levi had just already messed up.
Are you coming? Yes.
So there is a doppelganger myth. It's the Curio, which is
Oh, yep.
like a living, but that
Go
doesn't
ahead.
seem to actually link up super well.
Look up evil mirror myths because there's a couple of those in Japan.
Okay.
Also, for anyone who never figured it out, in this game, you start as a Dark Knight and you become a Paladin. In Shadowbringers, we went from being a Dark Knight to Endwalker being a Paladin.
That's true. Interesting.
Have a good one, lady. What is a reference? Is dialogue option Dark Quests that says something like, if I need to cast darkness away and embrace the light, I'll do it. And just boots you out of the quest.
So there's, I actually found a scholarly article on doppelgangers in Japanese film and literature, and it seems like it's actually a lot of Western experience, like Western influences, like German films
yeah, I'm not
and Edgar Allan Poe and stuff like that.
That is, honestly, that was going to be my guess, was that it was going to be Western influence then recontextualized through a different lens. Even if just like you think about how much of original Final Fantasy is inspired by Western, some form of the West's culture, high fantasy culture, all those sorts of things. It would not surprise me.
Yes. So there are definitely mirror yokai.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Pretty cool.
Thundaga!
Hell yeah, tell
Oh,
her.
thanks for searching too, Levi.
Oh yeah, I forgot that he gets bullshit
perhaps-
OP after he gets Mewtwo.
Perhaps it's due to Star Wars. Remember when Luke fights himself dressed as Darth Vader in Episode 5? Well, I mean that's all rooted. Okay, so that's all rooted in the same thing, right? Which is let's actually pause. There might be something there, but that's like all the same concept, right? Which is the idea of the fighting, like the shadow self, the other self, the mirror self, the darkness within. If you think about the year, that's 80. So that would make sense as a reference point.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
like, yeah, Daniel, and it's more seeing the like potential of how he could become like Vader, right? So I think it's kind of interesting because it's the opposite in a way, which is the reflection of your past self in this compared to the reflection of what you could become in the future. That is like what's going on in the dark side cave, but it's definitely a good idea.
Yeah. Oh, Levi, you're not wrong, but Jungian archetypes, I don't have any time for discussion of Jungian archetypes, despite it being very relevant and useful. I think studying psychology put me off Jung for good. Weirdly,
Yeah.
studying psychology at A levels, which is like your last exam in high school, I think, put me off Freud, and then my university degree sort of semi-redeemed Freud. So
I think my thing is like, it's not so much that I have an issue with Jungian archetypes in and of itself. It's more like when it is used as a crutch, and it's used like, and not like when it's used as a crutch and it's used constantly, when it's being like something hero, I'm just doing the hero's journey, right? It can be frustrating.
yeah,
I think it's also kind of like the difference between something using Gnosticism in a really interesting and weird way, like, example, but Evangelion, compared to like just taking like the bare basic bones of things and being like, you're not even making allegory at that point, but you're making.
do you have an
I don't know what you wanna
example
call it. Of what?
of people using Gnosticism in a bad way? I don't disagree that that it exists, but
Off the top of my head. I mean, I think that it just came to my mind more because I had good examples, right? I didn't
Yeah,
have
that's fair.
as many examples for.
a lot
Jungian
of people
archetype.
bounce off of Gnosticism, which is fair because it is oblique. It is very difficult to get into.
But that's why it's interesting.
Yeah, it is. But a lot of people are like, they just take the most surface level stuff from them and then don't look at the explanations for them deeper below.
Yeah.
Which is
Using symbols without devoiding a symbol of its context or meaning, or interrogating that meaning deeper, and instead just using a symbol as symbol
yes.
for its value, for like its cachet or value, is frustrating, you know?
Power. I would not say that Star Wars influences only really start showing up in 6, given that 2 is Star Wars.
Just straight up. Also, Star Wars was big in Japan not long after it's coming out, and that would have been, 77 would have been episode 4. Even if you assume 83, Return of the Jedi would have already been out by the time Final Fantasy 1 came out.
Yeah.
So like it. Oh my god!
No.
Can I get off this mountain?
Oh shit. No, Evangelion does use it doesn't use its It doesn't use it as deeply as it could, but it does use the some of the deeper symbolism of Gnosticism. It doesn't just use the symbols on a surface level necessarily.
I won't talk about like other things beyond like the original, but the original is actually engaging with the idea of the imposter god, the idea of like I do think that there's a lot, like even just on like at least a core level, it is kind of engaging with some of those ideas.
Also, elements of the stuff with the Avas is pretty obliquely, like references to Gestalts of the soul and stuff like that.
I mean, ultimately, that's the conclusion of the story, the narrative, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I would just say that there's definitely more there.
Yeah, Return of the Jedi is pre FF1. So if you ever play FF2 Power, I don't know if you have, but if you replay it, keep an eye out because the story is just Star Wars. It is literally just the original trilogy.
They played an FF12, but they pulled an FF12 before an FF12.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Return of the Jedi is 83. Empire is 80. So I mean, like you're talking still like 6 years before. 6 years before. You know what? Fuck it. Let's. So that would be enough time for it to be like permeate the culture. I mean, hell, there were anime being inspired that at the same time. So I definitely think that Daniel's point made that popularization of Star Wars might have been part of it.
Yeah, I think so. God knows that Japan had still has an enormous film culture.
Yeah. I mean, the other thing to do, just like, this isn't even about Jungian archetypes, but this is also the problem of people taking things that are meant to be descriptive and are using them prescriptively. Like, the idea of the hero's journey is supposed to be, Campbell describing a pattern that plays out. It is not meant to be a template from which to make every narrative. Also, if you do actually take it and you apply it rigorously to every narrative, it just, like, most narratives don't even follow it. Like in a literal sense. Like if you take if you take the full wheel of all the steps, like most things don't actually follow that. Certain ideas like thresholds and those things come out, happen over and over again.
Right. Oh, I saw. Speaking of Japanese films, speaking of Eastern films, it's actually South Korean. But I saw people on like TikTok pearl clutching about Old Boy, and I was like, if you don't want to be disturbed, why did you watch Old Boy?
Wait, I was about to say, wait, what do you mean they're pearl clutching about Old Boy? Like that? Also, great movie, but why? Like
they were like, oh, this film is too disturbing. It's too fucked up, and I was like, what? It's a point.
Then why didn't you watch it? Like, it doesn't pretend. It's not like, Barbie's first date, and then instead it's actually all about like the horrors of, that's kind of wild to me.
They watched Decision to Leave
like,
and decided to watch his other films. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, that you would watch though, like a thriller film that's like stated to be upsetting and frustrating and disturbing. And then you're upset because it's frustrating and disturbing. Also, I don't know, man. I want my fucking media to challenge me.
Yeah, absolutely. Man, Old Boy's really good.
Old Boy is really good. And we will not spoil anything about it, correct, Niniri?
No. Not unless I'm drunk.
That is definitely a movie that you should watch with no prior content. Like, don't look up anything.
Yes.
Even how deep it actually is. All deep, yeah, with the Jungian stuff, Levi. Star Wars has time travel now. Okay, but the world between worlds is, yes, but also because it's fixed loop, as long as they don't... Also, old canon had time travel bullshit, so this is honestly isn't that... But, like, the world between worlds I'm okay with for now, because it's effectively everything's on a fixed loop. And instead it's more about, like, the ways in which, like, Eldritch, not in the horror way, but Eldritch in the unknowable way the Force can be, which I'm not,
Yeah,
I'm fine with.
that's fair. Oh, did you ever watch Audition?
Audition? I don't think so.
It's so good. It's
Is it a show?
It's a Takashi Miike film.
Oh no, I have not watched it, but I have seen clips of it, and it has been on a thing I've wanted to check out for.
You've seen the bag
a long
scene?
time. I don't think I've seen the
Oh,
bag
well,
scene.
you should definitely watch.
Oh no, I've seen the bag scene. I take it back. Yep, nope, I've seen the bag scene. Yep.
It's so good.
I didn't think I had. I genuinely didn't think I had, and then I pressed images,
And you immediately saw
and
it.
and then the ale came flooding back.
Pretty much all of Takashi's films are good. Ichi the Killer is really good. Harakiri, obviously.
I love Japanese horror.
Yeah.
You know, it's interesting. I can't tell if the reason that I love Japanese horror, though, is rooted in its particular stylings, or just also a byproduct of it not being... it being so removed from, like, Western sensibilities that it's more unnerving because you can't root yourself in any norms.
That's true. Yeah, that's something that I find really refreshing about some Korean horror as well. Like I mentioned The Wailing the other day, the fact that it just completely abandons like the Western story structure of a film, and goes for like almost like an operatic themed one. And I just I found it really refreshing, even if it is extraordinarily long.
A lot of people would like you to believe that even Foe is deep, but AVFO is deep. But actually fairly well thought out. Yeah. Gynex might accidentally engage with the deeper meaning behind the symbolism because according to them, they just used it because they thought it all looked cool. I'm just hoping the World Between Worlds makes the sequel trilogy be really... Nah, I really hope they don't. That would be an one, that would be using the World Between World in the way that is what I fucking hate, which would be using time travel to undo stuff instead of letting stuff be. And also, like, whether you like it or hate it, accept that it is a part of things and engage with that and deal with that. I fucking hate the need to be like, I really, really, really do not like Rise of Skywalker. Man, I went to Star Wars Celebration for that. I watched a 24-hour full premiere of watching every movie in a theater into the release of Rise of Skywalker. I'm a big Star Wars fan. I do not want them to get rid of that. I do not want them to retcon it. I do not want them to start introducing time travel just to get rid of things. I think that's a terrible way to deal with the storytelling, and I think it's a terrible way to do... You have to, like, continue on, you know? Like, just doing that, I cannot... that honestly, if they did that, that would make me way more upset than the sequel trilogy in and of it. Like, or really honestly, Rise of Skywalker.
Oh my god. This Rise of Skywalker is so fucking bad. But I've said this before many a time, I think, on this channel, but I am such a defender of the first two films of that franchise.
I love Force Awakens and Last Jedi. I love.
Yeah, and then I was like the only defender of like, especially The Last Jedi. I was like, so many people hated it, and I was like, no, it's good, And then Rise of Skywalker came out, and I was like, oh, okay, I just don't care anymore.
My experiences with Last Jedi is that's just very divisive. It's like you either really didn't like it or you really did.
Yeah.
I love Last Jedi. Yeah, Legacy of the Skywalkers to rest in a place that they hate. That is indeed bad storytelling. Oh yeah, there's plenty of things. You know what else is bad storytelling? Bringing back Palpatine, not inherently bad. I don't like it, but not inherently bad. But you know what is bad storytelling? Palpatine returned. Somehow.
The problem is they did it in the expanded universe, but it was like a Palpatine clone that he transferred to this. Which is, I believe, what they imply is the same situation here. But they build up to it. It's not just Palpatine returned somehow. I didn't believe it. Because I'd heard before I went to watch it, I was like, I've heard that Palpatine's back. I was like, that's insane. There's been zero build up to that. But they're gonna have to spend the first half of the film building up to it now. And no, the first scene is just saying he's back. I was like, what?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. The Last Jedi has so many goddamn problems. And if you enjoyed it, I really am glad for you. Genuinely, sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, please do not let anything I'm saying necessarily detract from you.
Wait, do you mean Rise of Skywalker?
Sorry, Rise of Skywalker, yeah. But holy fucking shit. Just the amount of things where you're just like, either A, what were you thinking? B, why, like, were you even trying? Or C, why are you just spitting in the face of the two films that came before? Like specifically, it's...
Well, it switched back, right? It went to Rian Johnson, and then it went back to the previous one.
Back to JJ. Well, it was supposed to be Colin Trevorrow, and then instead they dropped him after I think the Book of Henry did really poorly or something like that.
Right.
And I mean, they even released the concept stills of his original version, which was actually a far more interesting film. But no, it's just like, fuck, man. Okay, don't bring Palpatine back. Make Kylo Ren the main villain, like the fucking everything's been building to, and then. Okay, if you want to do something with Palpatine, make him his like Force ghost stuck in the Death Star still, so that when they visit the Death Star, they have to contend with the relics of the past. Boom, done. I've just made it more interesting. Like it just. Also, the fucking knife. The knife matches the ruins of the Death Star. What would have happened if the oh my god, the contrivances. Oh my god.
I also
oh
love
my god.
Rey's parents, instead of sending her like to an orphanage, they sold her into slavery to keep herself. I'm like, what? And not only that, but they seem to have, the fact that she saw the ship flying off, that was the slaver ship, seems to imply that they dropped her off at a slave camp right next to where they were just being found. Like, why?
Oh my god.
Wait, why
Oh
is the
my
14
god.
Oh, there's a leitmotif for the Four Fiends theme in this.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. The ba 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 ba.
Yeah.
That part. That's what I kept pointing out earlier.
I just heard it.
Yeah. The thing is that J.J. Abrams is perfectly good at setting up mysteries. He's just awful at paying them off. He's never done it well once. He's never... is there a single J.J. Abrams film that actually has a good third act? Like, even Mission Impossible's 3 third act is really weak. Oh my god, J.J. Abrams.
Let me have a look at his
films.
filmography.
He has a fucking single goddamn film that he has a good third act on.
Super 8 sucked.
I don't want to know what he produced. I want to know what he wrote.
Oh, he produced
Okay.
Cloverfield? That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
Lost,
yes.
Alias, Felicity, Joyride. No. Like, I don't think he really ever has. Jesus.
I mean, Lost kind of trailed off, didn't it?
I would demand. Here's why I will disagree on Damon Lindelof, because I agree on Lost, but have you seen the most recent Watchmen? Because that has an excellent ending.
See, I've been putting it
Like
off,
that has a real.
but I've heard good things
Yeah.
and bad things.
I think you'll like it. I think you'll really like it.
Okay.
I think that's also the sort of show that might be very divisive based on a number of things, both warranted and unwarranted. I think you'll like it.
Okay, cool.
Honestly, they needed to have the trilogy be with one director. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, like
It's true of Eddie.
they
trilogy.
well, but the original trilogy had 3 different directors.
Did it really?
Yeah, it was Lucas, then it was what's his face from fucking Stepford Wives? Irvin Kershner. And then what's his face for the Return of the Jedi? Richard Marquand. Yeah.
Oh, okay. What?
Yeah. Though Lucas did direct all 3 of the sequel trilogy or prequel trilogy.
Yeah, the prequel. Yeah.
Unbelievable! You've succeeded! Sir, Cecil fought brilliantly. I'll say, he passed with flying colors. Come again? Forgive me, I assigned them to spy on you. That pretty much sums it up. I feel awful having deceived you. I'm so sorry. Even some of the writing in this is, like, that was good.
Yeah, right?
I suspect as much, but I deserved it after what I did. The most important thing is that you've become a paladin and are now free of the darkness of your past. That sword, where did you obtain it? It was given to me on the mountain peak. Oh, you know what? I just realized the like tome thing on the mountain peak kind of reminds me of the Rubicante's brother's like grave.
Okay, yeah.
The stone symbol thing where we touched it to get the thing.
Yeah, I see that 100%.
Is this? Yes, it is. The sword is inscribed with the words of the ancient Basidian legend. A legend
Oh. One born of a dragon, bearing darkness and light, will rise to the heavens over the still land. The moon's light eternal brings a promise to earth with bounty and grace. Then perhaps you can answer me this. What was the light I saw at Mount Ordeals? Sun, it called me.
I'm afraid I do not know the answer. The legend's meaning remains a mystery. For generations, we Massidians have prayed for the coming of one who bears the sacred light.
You could say one brings shadow, one brings the light.
Perhaps those prayers were for you.
Oh, Demins beat me to it.
Me, enough chatter. We must go and defeat Golbez. Tella, it's been a while.
We met him on Mount Ordeals. And guess what? The old man learned to cast Meteor. Meteor? The seal has been broken! The world is on the brink of great change.
I care little for the world's troubles. I only wish to avenge Anna!
Anna's your daughter.
Golbez took her life, and I intend to use the meteor to take his.
What?
Tella, you must not fight with hatred. Moreover, you are in no condition to use Meteor.
If I die, so be it. I will take Golbez with me.
I love his fucking bloodlust for an old man.
Yeah, I love it. It's pretty cool.
Not... Yeah. If I die, let me die. But let him be fucked with Meteor. Something like that. That's definitely how Les Mis went, right?
Yeah, basically. Just more homoeroticism.
Still stubborn as a mule, I see.
Ha! Like you're one to talk. Nevertheless, your spells and Cecil's newfound power, you may be able to defeat Golbez.
Be that as it may, we must return to Baron to commandeer an airship first.
Very well. I shall grant you to the Devil's Road. As a paladin, I am certain you can safely travel in its mystical path. Now it's time for me to retire to the Tower of Worship. I shall pray for your success.
Thank you.
Palom, Borum, return to your studies.
No fair. You told us to help him in the way we can. We still have a job to do. Elder, please allow us to accompany him.
Very well. You have both overcome the mountain's trials and returned alive. Perhaps this is your fate. Cecil, Tella, please look after them.
But
Are you saying you don't want us tagging along?
I'm sure we can still be of assistance.
Shmee, don't worry, old friend. I'll keep an eye on them.
Then it's agreed. I'm sure we'll make a great team. An old man, a paladin, and 2 children. What a fucking motley crew.
Well, AC, I think the Rise of Skywalker has more than one good moment.
Right.
I just don't think it adds up to anything good.
Oh, there are good moments. There are wonderful moments. I think in a vacuum, the scene between Ben and Han is beautiful.
Yeah.
I think
yeah.
I think that scene, like, again, importantly, in a vacuum, that is a beautiful scene. I think it's the wrong choice when, like, Kylo ultimately has been led up and built up to be the villain instead and has this very specific ideology. But the mirroring the scene upon the bridge in the Force Awakens, like, it's a beautiful scene. It's lovely. I don't think it was the right choice, but that doesn't change that it's not good, you know? Or Babu Frick. You gotta love Babu Frick, right?
Yeah, but they're trying to use him. They've overstayed their welcome with the joke because they keep putting him in the Disney Plus stuff.
Well, no, but I mean, like, it's just his race. Babu Frick isn't in The Mandalorian.
I just feel like the joke's a little overplayed now. It was like a good one-off joke.
Have you watched The Mandalorian? Because they don't, like, do that much with it. Like, it's
No,
just
no,
like
I have.
their race.
I don't think you need
Okay.
to do much to overstay it.
Okay.
Also, that lizard. Look, I love Lizzo. I adore Jack Black. I just did not like that part of the show.
That was very threw me off.
Yeah.
I was like, is that Lizzo and Jack Black? I mean, there are other things besides. There are. It's pretty.
It's pretty.
It makes Poe canonically bi.
Palpatine's interesting. Like the way they set him up was terrible, but like what he does is okay, and his lightning looks cool. I like his little hover crane. That's pretty cool.
There are things. I'm sure there are more things. There are things to like. It's definitely not that.
I like his hundreds
the voice...
of unexplained Snokes.
to the story. Palom, this isn't going to be some kind of picnic. The entrance to the Devil's Road is in the east of town. Palom, Porum, please return safely. Good luck to you all. It also makes Poe a drug dealer. Past drug dealer, but yes. Final confrontation is very anime. It is very, very anime.
That's a good thing, though. Oh, there's Star Wars Visions. The season 2's coming out like today, isn't it?
Is it today? Oh, nice. The Snokes are, to me, I kind of hate because to me, really undercuts the prior 2 movies.
Yeah, but it's pretty
Like-
funny that he just has big vats of them and isn't doing anything with them.
Oh, it's funny. It's absolutely hilarious. It's like very silly and hilarious. But it also undercuts the prior 2 films that I liked. You know, it's kind of like making Rey's parents, making Rey not know one. It's kind of like making, like, yeah, it's,
Right?
yeah, but it's so dumb. It is so dumb. Again, I'm not disagreeing. You guys are absolutely right. It is so dumb. That's my problem. Okay, how do you get to the Devil's Pass? Do you get on the Devil's Lettuce?
Yeah, you have to meet him at Crossroads and sign a contract in triplicate.
Now I'm trying to think about what fucking... Is that the door? Is that a door in the back? Hello. Tower of Worship. Palom Portland, listen carefully to the words of Cecil and assist him on his journey. Okay, how do we get to the Devil's... I almost said the
Devil's
Devil's...
Lettuce, yeah. You have to watch The Rise of Skywalker like you watch The Room.
There's too many people, though. There's too much effort on display, too many good actors, and too many, like...
Yeah.
There's too much effort on behalf of so many departments and so many people for me to do that.
You can laugh at it. You can laugh at
Yeah.
the film. But it's not as easy to laugh at as The Ring is, where the only merit is laughing.
Yeah. But you're trying, Levi. Original Star Wars was partly a critique of the Vietnam War, with Revenge of the Sith being a critique of the Iraqi War. Well, I wouldn't even say Revenge of the Sith. Just like power and fall, and like I don't even think Revenge of the Sith alone, but definitely.
Yeah, I mean the original trilogy. Let's be clear that the Empire is fairly, although it has other influences like the American government, it's also fairly obliquely Nazi.
Yeah. Also, light. Yeah, I definitely agree with you about safety. I mean, but that's also why, like, a bunch of interesting thing comes out from, like, places like A24, right? Like, Bo is Afraid. If you have not seen that, go watch that movie.
Yeah,
like, plenty
I
of
watch
interesting
that.
things. Please watch it. Please watch it. As someone who has, like, chronic and crippling anxiety and depression, I cannot tell you how seen I felt from that film. As a pitch, imagine a film where all of your anxiety and depression literally was the truth. Not like, oh, magical surreality,
Yeah.
all of it started becoming true. I mean, like, just like from the get-go, it just is truth.
Yeah.
It is a wild ride, and if you are someone who's ever struggled with anxiety or depression, I think you will probably feel very... I don't know that you'll feel good,
I will
but
say
you will feel seen.
the
Yeah.
the witch, the black Samuel, whatever he's called it from that always like it lives in my head rent free. Like I'll just be sitting there and I just hear, "Wouldst thou like to live deliciously?" I'm like, yeah, I would.
That does seem like a very, like, words to live by for you line, doesn't it?
It definitely is. Your cats are abusing you,
Oh, wait.
Raven. They've been there.
Wait, it actually just teleported us straight to Baron? That's handy.
Oh. Huh. What?
Leave at once. You don't have permission to be here.
I feel like they would have like
Not.
attack us or like bring us inside to get ambushed.
I mean, we're Paladin now.
Oh, so they didn't recognize us? Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's my theory.
We have blue hair now. Of course, we have blue hair and pronouns.
Okay, how do we get into there, though? The door at the far west of the town leads to the old waterway that goes right up to the castle. Well, that's been locked for years. Well, that actually was really useful. Thank you, old lady.
Nice pool.
I wonder if the Dark Knight from before really died, like everyone said. I liked him.
Huh.
So, see, no one's recognizing us, so I feel like that...
Yeah. We're all shiny now.
How do I unlock the door, though? Why is the king torturing us like this? He must have gotten mad.
Well, or he's a turtle.
No, I do not wish to change my name, thank you. Where do we go? Where do we go? Where do we go? Where's Rosa? She left Baron to look for you. Let's save some time. Oh. Okay, that's interesting.
Oh, the
that's
new
actually
Gundam.
kind of naturalistic.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
The new Gundam show, Levi, you mean Witch of Mercury? Yes, I watched a bit of it. I haven't caught up with it, though, but it is pretty good. Technasa was the least cute turtle ever. Yeah, that's true.
Disease turtle. Now I'm imagining Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but it's all Cagnazzo.
I'd watch that.
Okay, this is the first point in the game so far where I feel like it was not... I'm sure there was someone who would have said something like, oh, there's a weirdo over in the bar or something, but the fact that, like, you have to go all the way up into this bar and then you have to notice that this is Yang.
Yeah. Talking to some soldiers.
Yang,
See, Yang!
do I know you?
It's me, Cecil!
Cecil, traitor, not a baron. Seize him. Yes, sir.
Oh, these models are kind of cool. They've got like a big upgrade.
Yeah, I like that. I like the look.
They were kind of sleek before. Now they're like peak, like royal guard vibes.
Gotta get that sword and shield. So in Cecil's portrait, he has white hair, but his sprite has purplish hair.
That's so common
think
in
it's-
these other games.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be like grayish. We'll see. Yang, what are you doing?
Your treachery can't go unpunished, brother.
There's a lot of this in 4, right? The same kind of vibe.
What vibe?
Like the conflict with teammates.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to think about... I mean, it's like, because it's like forgetting, mind control, yeah. It does happen a lot.
Die.
Who's not turtle enough for the Turtle Club?
Turtle, turtle, turtle.
Who's the president of the Turtle Club in Final Fantasy? Like across all the games.
Who is the president of the Turtle Club?
Is it Gembo?
No, it's Adamantoys from 15.
Oh, it's not. How's he gonna organize the like people paying their dues and things?
Does he have to? Have you seen how big he is?
I guess he could. He's not the leader. He's the clubhouse. I actually feel like Adamantoys from 13 is more iconic. Shoot me.
I don't even remember Adamantoys from 13.
What? Yeah, the only way to kill it was like to use bio. Yeah, the Adamantoys, yeah.
Oh, that thing was the Adamantoise?
Yeah.
But this doesn't... I mean, I guess that's kind of towards... I always thought that was just kind of like more like Stegosaurus.
Yeah, it's like a big
Or not Stegosaurus,
dinosaur,
but just
right?
like-
With like a turtle on its
Yeah.
back, with like a shell, yeah.
I was going to make a joke about this thing instead of the Adamantoise in 13 because of remembering this thing. But apparently, what I was remembering was the Adamantoise.
Yeah.
Oh, Cecil, what just happened? Can't remember everything after Leviathan attacked.
Shmee, it seems you suffered a bout of amnesia and fell into Baron's hands.
You have my sincerest apologies.
Where are Rydia and Edward?
Rydia was swallowed by Leviathan, but I do not know what became of Edward.
Let's see.
Amnesia's a plot.
Where are
device.
we?
Yeah. Not really.
In Baron, but listen, we can't talk here. Let's find somewhere away from prying ears.
It's not like
Monk.
Yang stays with amnesia for very long power. You just punch him a few times and then he loses it.
Also, he's under mind control more than amnesia, really.
Yeah.
Like the same way that like Kane and like that's the whole thing about like what's going on with Golbez. Thanks for taking care of those soldiers. You're more than welcome to spend the night here.
And who might this be?
Yang, this is Tella and his daughter, and Edward. His daughter and Edward were.
My daughter sacrificed herself for the man she loved. I'm sorry for your loss. I'm Yang of Fabul.
And I'm the prodigy of Mysidia. My name's Palom.
Okay, Palom.
Feel free to ignore my twin brother. I am Porum. I can't believe you fell for Baron's lies. Palom, apologize.
No, he's right. Please forgive my actions.
Well, first things first. We have to find Sid.
Sneaking into the castle won't be easy.
That's true, Levi. It's the Oh, Elio hasn't played Intergrade yet, but there's a major part of it around a guy that like advertises for a club called the Turtle Club, the Happy Turtle.
Okay, well okay, I'm in on that.
What's this?
This is the Baron key. Of course, they must have given it to you when they gave you command of those guards. With this, it's weird that they gave him command. Like I get using him as a foot shoulder, but why was he in command already?
Well,
With
that's a
this-
good point.
With this key, we should be able to enter the castle and find Sid.
They put too much trust in Paul. Oh my gosh, my brain is like a sieve. I guess it's 3 a.m.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty late for you. We can start wrapping up though.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Man, I'm so
All
excited
set.
to play Integrate with you. That DLC
Oh,
is so good.
Well, we'll have to start. Well, maybe when you get free time, we'll start doing a more.
Yes.
We'll get through that. We'll get into that 7 real quick. Also, I mean, like once we catch up with Elio on the MSQ stream, I wouldn't mind like switching over to those for a bit to get finished going through every game.
What day are those again?
Those are Monday and Tuesday, but we could always juggle it around.
Oh yeah, we can probably do that. Yeah, Integrate is.
I haven't
so
played Integrate. I didn't have a PS5, so I couldn't play it. And then I know it came to PC recently, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Didn't-
Isn't it on Steam now?
And then I just never bought it for PC because I was going to wait to get a PS5, and then I got a PS5, and now I'm waiting to play it because I was going to play it with you. So there's just always been something that put it off.
Yeah. 100%.
Ray, are you here? The country needs more... Demins, why do I keep missing you? The country needs more old ladies who shout mildly helpful information for you for no particular reason. Agreed. I want that in real life, too. Man, I really love the overworld theme for 4. And it's funny because I can't tell if it's like nostalgia because I don't really have like nostalgia for 4. But I do really like the overworld. The overworld theme for 4 has never been used for anything, right?
I'm trying to. No, I don't think so. I'm trying to think of what games I have defined nostalgia for. The problem is that I started so late, right, on the Final Fantasy series, but I guess 9, 13 maybe to a lesser degree, 6.
Yeah. I'm trying to think too. I feel like, I mean, you'd think, it'd be like, oh, obviously 10, right? But the thing is, I've played 10 so regularly that it's connected to multiple points in my life. So it's not really, doesn't like harken back to a very specific point in time.
What's the most nostalgic game for you, like ever? Like not just Final Fantasy. For me, it's Digimon World 1.
I'd really have to think about that. It might be Riven.
Okay.
You know, I would say there's like more of a tapestry of games that I have nostalgia for, but yeah, would be probably something on the PS2.
Yeah, I guess mine's PS1 if it's. Yeah, but then again, I also have PS2 ones like Dynasty Warriors 4.
Oh, PS2. Oh, Dynasty Warriors 4. I definitely have nostalgia for because that was my jam.
Yeah, that shit was good.
Okay. Ray looks like Ray went to bed. So, I'm going to start doing wind up here. Hey, y'all. Thanks for joining in. You know that if you want to support us, you can support us by joining our Patreon. Get your name in the banner above my head, as well as the end of videos where you can get your names in those credits. Speaking of, we have a video that'll be going up either today or tomorrow, seeing as the file got corrupted. I finished editing it. Well, sorry. Finished editing and End Talkers. And the file got corrupted, so she had to re-edit the whole thing.
Damn you, Craig.
So that's why there was a... Yeah. Well, it wasn't even audio. It was visual.
I blame Craig.
It's still Craig's fault. But yeah, Monday, Tuesday, MSQ stream. Wednesday, new videos come out, typically. Thursday, we do this thing where we're going to continue our journey through Final Fantasy IV. Fridays, I don't know. I'll probably be taking Friday off, and then this Saturday, we're going to continue on our musical streams and continue along that. Yeah, and then Sunday, I take off. I am still moving right now, so I'm currently packing a lot and quite busy quite often, so if I'm not around a whole bunch, that is why. Beyond that, though, yeah.
You should not believe
Hope
Elliot when he tells you that he takes Sunday off.
I try. I really
tries.
try. I am either stuck in bed or I'm working, frankly.
Yeah.
Have a good day, Raven. But yeah, thanks for streaming. Yeah, of course, Infinite. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Naniri, do you have any final thoughts you'd like to share with the people? Something about how to keep cool with nudity.
How to keep cool with nudity. Nudity is good to keep cool. So it's like dipping your body into water. I don't know. Air conditioning.
Remember that if you're cold, butt cheeks, you know, your butt crack, the intergluteal cleft, is really just nature's hand warmer.
Oh, see, in the UK it's balls.
Oh yeah, okay, those are definitely like pocket warmer. Yeah, okay, I definitely pick that up. Pick up what you're putting down. But anyways, with all that said, oh, thank you, Ray. Yeah, if you enjoyed the stream, I remember of Discord. Why not come join our Discord on discord.gg / oh. Did we not fix the custom link? Oh well. But yeah. With all that said, I've been Elio. Yeah, appreciate it, Jeff, and chatting with you too, Levi. I've been Elio Forcheron.
And I've been Neri naked.
And we'll catch you next